So we're gonna start in order. So in order to get to Tifa's Costa del Sol side quest, you actually have to go through Aerith first, and that is purposeful. And I when I first played it, I was like, okay, this is a little, whatever. But okay, I mean, as a fan of the game, I don't pretend whole swaths of the game don't exist. Okay, I want to know everything because here's since it's a CloTi Clerith Wars, we can get a little into the salt. Okay, I'd like to know what I'm dealing with. Okay, like I said in the last broadcast, I'm not gonna bullshit y'all. If I genuinely thought that Cloud and Aerith were gonna be the couple in part 3, and that I'm not gonna sit around wasting my time. Okay, that's just not how I roll. Okay, so I want to know everything. So yeah, I was definitely gonna go through this and see what was up. Okay, so yeah, uh, and you'll see by the end of this. Oh man, it's very interesting that they have you go through Aerith's first, and then for the purpose of juxtaposing it to Tifa's side quest, which is not even called a date, which I find interesting. Monk, you have any comments before we get started?
Other than to say that a brace, because I have some observations that well, let's just say Clerith isn't going to come out looking too good.
Oh boy, and I look, there's a reason they don't talk about this anymore. I mean, they really try to bury this one for real, okay? Because it's damning, like damning. Okay.
Look, girl, we're about to eviscerate this date, and
baby, listen, we don't have to do anything. SE did the arguing for us on this one.
Eviscerated this shit.
We just simply reporting the news on this one. Hey, Mr. Jamie Jam, and hey, K Vest. All right, so let's get started. It's already late as hell.
All right,
okay,
here we go.
Let's go. We're gonna let it play out. And I'll stop at certain points so we can, comment.
Okay.
You're the one who got into it with that Shinra scientist.
Oh wow, it is you.
I'm Fran.
And I'm Naomi. Name's Yorda.
And we would like to hire you for
Stitch, the audio's not coming through for me.
Okay.
Simple. Girl and boy go on a date. Easy peasy, right?
a date? The three of us are designers for Costa del Sol's premier fashion boutique.
For our next line, we're thinking something sexy. Perfect for the beach, the bar, or in the boudoir. But creatively speaking, it's been a struggle. We've been racking our brains forever. And the showcase is basically now. It's do or die, and we don't want to kill our careers. So, that's where you come in. We want to see a real couple on a date, for inspiration.
Well, sound like a good gig?
Okay, so basically they just explained the, I'm trying to figure out why Monk can't hear, but basically they just explained what the deal is, like, I don't know why you're not hearing.
I can hear something very faint, but it's like the audio is like extremely low.
Let me back up a little.
Or in the boudoir.
Is this louder?
But creatively speaking, it's been a struggle. We've been racking our brains
Okay,
forever.
yeah. Okay. Okay, so as we figure that out, yeah, so basically they just explained what their little date is. Now these are Hojo's henchwomen. So if you play through the through Costa del Sol, obviously, you see these three women and they're introduced with Hojo as his little entourage, right? I don't really know what to make of that. And then they're like, it's not like, oh, Hojo's a psychopath. It's like, no, he was a lame loser. Like, oh, whatever. Okay, yeah, we don't. Like, yeah, we're. Like, yeah, we're bored with him now. Now we want to get back to our fashion line. I'm like, okay.
I mean, yeah. What's really kind of sinister about this is that the only time Cloud and Aerith are ever seemingly referred to as a couple or going on a date or whatever, it's always like these scungy people connected with like. So you got the Wall Market crowd, people attached to Corneo. And then you go to Costa del Sol, and you have these women who are attached to Hojo. It's like, what are you guys doing, Square?
Mm-hmm.
every time it's these evil people. It's like, okay, people who have no knowledge of Cloud and Aerith as people at all. They just happen to come across them, and they're like, and they make these assumptions. But meanwhile, the people who call Cloud. Comment on Cloud and Tifa's relationship, they're always people who actually know who Cloud and Tifa are. And so you have people like Jessie referencing, Aerith herself referencing their relationship. You have Barrett, you have Sid, you have Yuffie. All these other characters who actually know Cloud and Tifa are the ones who acknowledge Cloud and Tifa's relationship. The only time Cloud and Aerith ever get mistaken as a couple is, of course, by people who have no history with them at all and don't know them from Adam.
It is exactly.
I'm just throwing
like,
that
of
out
course,
there.
you're running around a Wall Market, together in the middle of the night. People are just gonna make assumptions. Like, that's literally all it is. It's not. It's not any deeper than that. I think I know why you can't hear, but I really don't know what to do about it, to be honest with you. Let me think. Yeah, because, okay, say something right now.
Testing?
I'm assuming that
Testing?
you're talking. Let's see, I can't hear you if
Yeah.
I change the setting. So my output setting, okay, go ahead.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Testing.
Yep,
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, I really don't know what to do about that one, Monk.
Oh, great.
Great. Okay. So, but everybody on the stream can hear it. But yeah, it is very interesting that it takes literal strangers for them to be like, oh my God, you all look. You know what's like what it is it almost is commentary again on the fandom. Like, these two look like cookie cutter hero heroine, broody guy, peppy magical girl. Oh, they must be, they're marketed together like, oh, they must be the couple. then you actually play the story and dig deeper, and it's like, oh, I've misread the situation. So that's definitely what it feels like.
Well, if you're not able to fix the audio, I'll just read the subtitles. I mean, I've seen these scenes a million times.
Yeah,
so.
you just gonna have to read subtitles, honestly, because I don't really know what to do. I'll fix it for the next time. As long as the audience could hear it, we'll work with it.
Yeah.
Showcase is basically now. It's do or die, and we don't want to kill our careers. So that's where you come.
And again, just
we want to see
let me know that we still sound good, everybody. If it gets starting getting weird, let me know.
Because we can tell you like your women assertive.
And since we're all about strong, confident ladies, we thought, ka-ching.
One look at you and we knew that woman's not afraid to take what she wants.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I mean,
See, this is exactly why.
I don't know that they can hear you over it.
And
Hold on.
so,
Oh,
We've
okay.
already planned the perfect date for lovebirds like you. Get rowdy and run wild.
be ready to swashbuckle at Pirates Rampage. This is going to be your best date yet. We'll make sure of it.
Well, make sure of it.
All right.
So she's like, so she looks at Cloud's like, I know you like your women assertive. Cloud's like, Cloud literally don't say a word. He's like, okay. And then, she's like, oh, you're a woman who likes to take what she wants. And she's like, I like to think so. She look at him like, I think so.
But see, this is exactly it. This is exactly the point I was making earlier. These women do not know Cloud and Aerith at all. They don't actually know what kind of woman Cloud prefers. They're making assumptions. And all you have to do is look at the expression on Aerith's face to let you know, maybe she doesn't like always having to be the one to make all the freaking moves all the damn time. I mean, all you have to do is look at the way that she was with Zach and see that she enjoys when Zach takes the initiative. You know, a woman always likes to have some reciprocation. She likes to be catered to.
Anybody would like reciprocation.
Anyone would
on
like
a date, for God's sakes.
No, I can't think of a single woman who would enjoy sitting down on a gondola on a date, tapping the seat, and then her date looks dead in her eye, and then sighs, and then goes and sits on the opposite side.
And I'm sorry, but
wants that on a date.
And I'm sorry, but I mean, look.
God damn.
They can come up with 100 excuses. I don't even care if an ultimatum comes out. Oh, he was just nervous. Like, there's a reason you're gonna put that in to see. Like, anybody just watches is gonna be like, wow, okay. Oh Lord.
And this is a continuous thing with him. Like, that's not even the only time he refuses to sit next to her.
But we not doing the gondola days. We gotta stay on top.
I know.
I know it's hard to say because everything reminds you of 100 other things. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, wow. So, so yeah, like right off the bat, they just take 10 seconds looking at them like, oh my God, you're the perfect couple. And despite, like, they're not reading the room either, which again is commentary on a certain side of this fandom. Is they're not reading the room either. Like, Cloud and Aerith are sitting there like, I don't know about that, but they're like, oh, yeah, trust me, you're fine. And they do this the entire time, by the way. The entire time. So, and by the way, I found one that actually has all of, this is Anigam 02, by the way, this is their video, has all the actual, dialogue. So, whew, yeah, it's rough. Now, remind you, they're getting paid to be on this. So this is the first time Cloud is actually, half, willing to be, to be there. Cause he's like, I'm getting money.
Gotta chase that bag. I mean, that's that merc.
As they literally claim, oh, well, he only was willing to blow up government buildings for Tifa because of 15 or whatever 2,000 gil. You know, it had nothing to do with being in love with her. Meanwhile, he has to literally be paid to be half interested in a date here. But okay, all right.
All right.
I'll take the lead.
Notice how they don't talk about that anymore.
Date our best yet.
We could just keep it simple,
And what's a simple date in your world?
like a walk.
Across rooftops, perhaps? The newest styles
Sure.
to vintage pieces. Memories.
He's like, sure, whatever. Fine. Whatever you say. I love how he's like, let's keep it simple. Like, no, Peach Mario. I'm going through Tifa and I'm going through and Aerith. So I'm just going in order.
Or the game will start without you.
What game?
Run Wild, of course. Tell me you've heard of it. It's only the hottest sport in town. Not hard to guess why, seeing all those cutie wooties. I mean, it's the perfect spot for a date. Are you ready to go?
I wish they had chosen Aerith or the swimsuit. That's my favorite.
All right. Wish me luck, okay?
You do know
Hey,
it's
Society.
animals, right? Not people.
Hey, Ryu.
People are technically animals too, right? So it's cool.
Wrong! Not cool.
What? I really can't compete?
No, but your pet can.
Although I take umbrage with that nomenclature, I'm happy to offer my assistance.
I don't know why, but that cracks me up. That line cracks me up from Red. Though I take umbrage with that nomenclature.
Let's got this.
Well, I guess we'll just have to be the cheer squad. Give me an R, give me an E, give me a D!
Cloud is such a dork.
threatens this world. Left unchecked.
He's like so stone faced as he's supposed to be cheering. It's like, yeah. Okay, so obviously we're not gonna go through this.
Yeah, you can see the lack of enthusiasm.
Though I take umbrage with it. Okay, outside. That is just too funny to me. Okay, come on. Go Red! And you know, this is a perfect example, by the way, like having Red 13 as part of this. This is a perfect example of like giving, because again, you know, Cloud and Aerith fans are fans too. I mean, you know, some of them I question for sure, but you know, like they're trying to make, you know, they like to have Red in there, you know, for whatever reason. So, you know, they're like, this is a way of giving them, you know, meaningless fan service. It doesn't hurt anything to put Red in there. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? You make a little joke about him being a dog, you know, whatever. Perfectly fine. All right.
You're like a red bolt shooting across that field.
I am quick on my feet.
The three of us should go around sometime. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh my God, yes, Tal. Oh my God. Oh, I was so bad at this minigame. It took me 700 tries to get it. Okay. Hey, Depu. By the way, please, again, thank you everybody who's watching right now. Please hit that like button. It will really, really help out the algorithm. Alrighty, so let's get back.
If you enjoy losing.
Their dog is the glue that binds their relationship. And watching their little guy give it his all out there only served to strengthen their bond. That's it!
I'm such a genius! I've got to get this idea down on paper. I need to get back to the shop, like, yesterday. Fran's over at Pirates Rampage, by the way. She'll make sure the next part of your date is a blast.
It was like literally just these two would have, like, not even their dog, don't know anything about the situation. And she's, oh my God, and she makes like this whole poem in her, you know, this whole like scenario in her head. It is so commentary. You know what I'm saying, Mark? Like, it is so commentary. They're like the most benign interaction whatsoever. It is just like they go into a tailspin of, oh my God, this is a whirlwind romance we're watching. It's like, what? Meanwhile, we're just all there like, it's paint drying. Like, what are we?
Like, literally. No, I swear to God, it's the Bob's Burger meme every time. Oh, they make a cute couple. They're literally just standing next to each other. Like, they're standing next to each other. Like, it's the Bob's Burger meme over and over again.
It's like literally they're in the same frame, and it's the you know. They're watching Red 13 play a game, and it is like the romance of the century. But Cloud giving his first kiss to Tifa on the gondola is like, oh well, it was optional. Okay, as if this isn't, but okay, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, Cloud. That's what you call like actual fan service, like literally just like. They call it a date. It doesn't matter that, throwaway doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. There's no implication of the story whatsoever. Just another, you know, they call it a date and let them be in the same frames a couple of times and they just run with it. But like literally the whole thing is deconstructing Clerith at the same time. It's just like,
it really is.
You don't even see it, which is the insane part to me. Whatever.
It's diabolical. Like the way that Clerith just gets taken apart piece by piece, all while putting them in a quote-unquote date together. They do this several times, by the way. They have Cloud and Aerith in a scene together, and it's just deconstructing that ship on a molecular level.
It just speaks to the superficial nature of it all. You know, it's just like, it doesn't matter what's actually occurring. I mean, Aerith can have a resolution scene where she's literally telling Cloud Clerith is not real, and they somehow take that as it's just like, okay, Aerith herself is telling you this is, you're imagining this.
They take the exact opposite of what she says and goes, oh my God, it's a love confession. She'll be sitting there saying, well, there's liking, and then there's liking. Oh my God, she confessed. And it's like, no.
That's not what happened. And maybe I'll get myself in trouble. I actually like a lot of the Cloud and Aerith moments, like, but I take them for what they are. Like, I think this is well, now this one is a cringe, but like, there's some, you know, like on the clock tower and the water tower, and like I even like Aerith's resolution scene, like for what it means for the overall story and stuff like that. It's not that I burn up like a like a witch at the stake or something when Cloud and Aerith on the screen together. It's just I just take it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a win. Even people who multi-ships up, they were like, wow, this was an absolute fail for Cloud and Aerith shippers right here.
Yes,
it is.
Yes, exactly. Like, we know people who like Cloud and Aerith as a ship, and they look at this and
follow people who like Cloud and Aerith. Okay.
Yeah, but they looked at this, and then they looked at Tifa's scene, and they said, "Oh yeah, Cloud and Aerith, they face palmed. They were
like, yeah, this was not a win, and it wasn't.
Was not a
win. It was not. All right, let's keep going. Oh, hey Kevin. Okay, how the 12-year-old me in 2001 knew what we saw in OG, but grown adults who ship. Look, and again, speaks. It doesn't matter what's actually occurring. They'll always go back to. But Kate said they were a perfect couple. Well, or they were a perfect match. Well, for me, a perfect match wouldn't include, the man in the ship I like thinking of a dead man for 30 seconds and deciding to kiss the woman in my ship's best friend. That's what I wouldn't define that as perfect couple, but everybody has a different description. Okay, so maybe to each his own, I suppose. All right. Anyway, and then Kevin said hi, and they did a remake Stygian Low. When she said it not real. Oh, in her resolution, when she said, even if you think you have fallen in love with me, that's not real. Like, what else does that mean? Okay.
I wonder what the girls have next on the agenda for us.
More cheap date ideas?
Oh, let me know. We're trying to enjoy ourselves.
Trying to get paid.
You're no fun at all today. Well, for the record, I am treating this as a date.
I wish you wouldn't.
Why?
Because I'm no romantic.
Believe me, I know.
Right.
My God, he almost sounded offended.
Okay.
He's like, what the hell you mean,
Okay, yeah,
oh,
look.
Goodness.
This is probably one of my favorite lines of all time. And let me tell you, and it's multifaceted. So, of course, there is, the obvious Cloud shutting down the idea that this is some kind of romantic outing for him. He is telling Aerith straight up, this is just a job. Don't call it a date. Don't take this thing seriously. I'm literally just doing it for the money. Don't take this the wrong way. And then, of course, Aerith gets obviously like offended by, why? And he's like, well, because I'm not romantic. And then her answer is actually even more damning because she says, believe me, I know. Now, why would Aerith say that? The only reason why Aerith would say, believe me, I know, is because she has a history of Cloud not being romantic with her. She's agreeing with him that he's not romantic because he's not romantic towards her. If Cloud had a history of being romantic towards Aerith, then she wouldn't be saying, believe me, I know. The reason why she's saying that is because she knows he is not romantic towards her. And that takes every scene that Clerith have clung to as some kind of romantic overture and kind of flushes it down the toilet right there. Because right here, Aerith is acknowledging Cloud is not romantic towards her.
Tal said this quest made me feel bad for it, and I agree. I actually felt really. I was like, "Damn, Cloud!" Like, it was like it was almost like the short pink dress all over again. I was like, "Damn, Cloud!" Like, you could have told the girl she looked cute. Like, I mean, it's not my favorite cut of dress for her, but like,
here's the thing.
He looked disgusting. He's like, "What the fuck is she wearing, bitch? What you doing?"
Well, here's the thing.
I was like, "Damn."
Here's the thing.
Like, Aerith is, like, I love Aerith here because, like, she's trying to make, my heart bleeds. It really does. I mean, maybe that makes me a bad Cloudy. I don't know. I'm joking because a lot of Cloudies adore Aerith. So it's just this crazy misconception. Just because we don't like her with Cloud does not mean we're. But knowing Aerith's story, you do feel bad for her because, what do you take it as her actually trying to be romantic with Cloud or her just trying to have a good time, especially considering what happens to her. It's just like, but Cloud is, Cloud is just, he's failing the assignment all the time with her because he just doesn't feel that way about her, even if it's just playing. It literally takes the 32 chapters just to kind of play along, and he keeps breaking the fourth wall every 10 minutes when he's trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get what you mean, Tal, when you say you feel bad for her, because man,
Well, and here's where I got to be the devil here. I don't feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for her. She does this to herself.
She really does at the same time. She really does.
How many motherfucking times does this man have to put the wall up for her to take the hint? She's like one of those inflatable clown balloons where you keep punching and it keeps popping back up again. It's like, girl, at a certain point, you are doing this to yourself. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to piss off the Aerith standing with this one. I don't feel sorry for her. If he were to even give her an
inch, I'm disassociating with Monk. She is a big, bad, mean, cloudy, big, bad, mean Tifa fan. What a bitch. Monk is the biggest bitch I've ever met. I don't know her. I am completely denouncing you. I do not support your candidacy for Tifa, for number one Tifa fan, or the Cloudy Awards that we're gonna have at some point. I will not be. I will not be casting my ballot for you.
I am speaking for myself here, not for every other
Speaking
Cloudy.
for your district.
This is just me. This is my personal opinion. That honestly, Cloud cannot give her an inch because she will take a mile. She does not take a hint. So right. Cloud has to be candid with her. Yes. He has to keep putting those boundaries up because she doesn't flip and get it.
You know what? And the Shamika, the Mishika. So I'm so sorry. I never get your name right. I'm so sorry. They said Cloud had to be rude, otherwise he'd be accused of leading Aerith on. Aerith and her friends brought this on herself by constantly invading his personal bubble until he's forced to become defensive. Exactly what Mark just said. So, but seriously, but at the same time, like, yeah, I do feel bad for, just like, as an empathetic, like it's just so, it's like that secondhand embarrassment type feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, oh, it's just cringe watching this. But at the same time, yeah, like, take the hint. Look, the second I'd have found out a man took my romantic gift and handed it off to another woman, I would have really gotten the hint. Especially when he lies about it. It's like, okay, like, yeah, I'm done. Or when, like, he's spending time with me all day and then he just randomly headcanons another woman and starts calling her name out. After we just saved two kids together, like we're supposedly having this moment, and then you just flashed into a whole thing about another woman. And then I find out it's the same one you gave my flower to. I'm pretty much taking the hint right there. I'm done. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but of course you also understand the story. To be serious, and to be more serious, I should say, because I was serious. You also understand the story. Like, she can't help but be reminded of Zach, and it's just like this. I mean, it would be torture for me. Like being reminded of somebody you lost, and especially somebody you're in love with. And he does remind you so much of this person, but at the same time, you're reminded he's not him at the same time because he does not treat you the way the guy you're in love with treats you. Like, this would never happen with Zach and Aerith. It's unfathomable that he'd be like, I wish you wouldn't treat this as a date. I mean, that's unheard of. Would not occur. Okay. Monkey there. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm making sure. Okay. Yeah. It's unfathomable. So he's just like, oh man. But you're right. And the devs, like, the devs aren't stupid. Like, they know in order to really end this LTD, they did it in a gentle way. That's what I mean by this is fan service. Like, they put it in a cute setting. They give this, this music you got, you get this campy music. They put it in a beautiful setting. They dress, they call it a date. So it's a gentle way of being like, yeah, we're we'll make it seem, but when you're actually paying attention to what's going on, it's not. You don't even really. Honestly, this was so blatant. You ain't even got to really be paying attention. I mean, like, it's blatant. Okay.
Yeah. Well, see, and I like the way you worded that because I have often thought of it that way myself, and I've said the same thing about the chapter 14 date. I said this is the developers are letting you down gently because they are acknowledging that Clerith are fans of this game. They don't want to sit there and just, as much as I would love the developers to absolutely bitch slap these people, the developers are not going to do that. They're going to let them down gently. And they've been doing it gradually throughout all of these. Ever since OG, they've been letting them down gently. I mean, Crisis Core was admittedly a bit of a bitch slap. Okay, I'll concede that point. But, and maybe Advent Children too. Those were both kind of bitch slaps. But, but at the same time, they are trying to do it in a way where they're not, just being like rough with the fan. And certainly with this re-trilogy, they've tried to handle this love triangle with as much tact as you can. I mean, really, there's really no way to do it without pissing people off. And Rebirth definitely caused some waves.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, and
but I just get the feeling that they were trying to give them a sense of closure before part 3.
Yes.
And unfortunately, a good chunk of them did not get the message. So part 3 is going to be a little rough for them.
They wanted to give them, because I mean, not only is this, the end of the road for 99% of Cloud and Aerith interactions outside of possible past memories, and then obviously I imagine they're going to have some type of reunion in part 3 just because they're trying to tie in Advent Children stuff, you know what I'm saying? So there'll be some kind of closure that happens. We'll get some kind of closing scene between these two, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
just to make everything full circle. I think he'll run into Zach again and run to Aerith again. I'm sure they'll probably, venture into Avalanche stuff again. They're going to try to put a nice, neat bow, in part 3 on everything. Close all those curtains. But yeah, you're right. And again, despite how we feel, the truth of the matter is a lot, it's by no means the majority, but there are people who are seriously attached to these two. And they have been long-term fans, and, what do we personally, the devs are trying to be fair to all the fans, just like they've given, they're giving Sephiroth and Cloud fans something. They've frankly given Cloud and Yuffie fans, I mean, I ain't into it, but you know what I'm saying? There are people out there, as we know, they're like, just giving them more interactions. I don't mean anything romantic or sexual, obviously, but I'm saying, like, more interactions together. They're letting Cloud have a lot more moments with each person in the story. You know what I'm saying? Each person on the team, the villain. We're going to get, I guarantee we're going to get more stuff with his mom. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get more stuff with Zach. Like, they want to give everybody a little something, but there are certain things they're not going to do. There are certain boundaries they're not going to cross. Okay? Mm-hmm. And they made that very clear with Rebirth, including in this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And you're so right, by the way. I mean, the fact that, hey, Tony, the fact that they, she said, oh, believe me, I know. I want to remind everybody, this is the 3rd date between Cloud and Aerith. And she's like, yeah, you are no romantic. I'm well aware. Doesn't bode well for the first two. Well, considering the first one was her telling him that, her first love was somebody that somebody he reminds her of. And then the second one was talking all about Tifa. Yeah, it's not a good track record so far, so.
Are you ready to aim and fire? Do well, and you might just land a bullseye on her heart.
In a hilarious irony, I was a complete failure at this. It took me forever to finish this. It's a fun minigame, though.
All right, not bad. Though I'm pretty sure I've got better aim. Now here's a woman who knows how to hunt for a man I like.
I'm better with a sword.
She never once took her eyes off her man. And the way she stared at him, the score didn't matter. Thanks, cuties. That was just what I needed. I'll head back, now that the creative juices are flowing again. You two find Yorda. She should be over by the Chocobo stables, just outside of town.
Okay. So she says you might be able to land a bullseye on her heart, right? And she's like complimenting, they're both like complimenting his shooting skills. What is his retort? I'm better with a sword.
I'm better with a sword.
He's like, whatever. Better with a sword.
I'm changing the. He says I'm changing the subject, and then when they're to make, I don't know if it skipped it, but where she says, you aiming right for the heart, and he says, oh, you really should aim for the head. It's like, Cloud is just deliberately. I'll let this play out.
Yeah, hold on.
Here's a woman who knows how to hunt for a man I like.
Oh, okay.
Swimsuit would you?
Oh, dang, yeah, I guess. Can you feel it in I don't know. Yeah, because you're right, man. If you do like the perfect score or whatever, what she's talking about is Aerith says, "Oh, you aimed right for the heart or something like that," and Cloud is like, "Better to aim for the head." I mean, like,
like anytime they try to make some kind of romantic commentary, Cloud shoots it down. No pun intended.
Oh my god!
Kill shot every time.
Yeah, really. Better than because he's thinking about it clinically. He's not thinking. Yeah. He's thinking like, what are my best skills? Oh, I'm better with a sword than a gun. If you're talking about a kill shot, he's not thinking like aim for the heart as in romance. He's thinking, oh well, if you're talking about a kill shot, obviously you go for the head, because like it's very clinical for Cloud, and yeah.
And again, it's just proving that Cloud is not viewing this outing as some kind of romantic overture. It's just another job.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's just they do this to themselves because they always try to throw this on TV. Oh well, it was just a job for him. Him risking a public hanging was just a job for Cloud. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
How the tides have turned. Okay, and now he is literally, as he's supposed to be on a date. He's like, whatever, this is another job. I'm just trying to get paid. Another cheap date idea, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that is
I mean,
some commentary for that ass.
The way Claire set themselves up for this.
They radio silent on this one. They radio silent on this one. They used to try to hype it up, and then people actually were paying attention to what the hell they were like,
They're like, no, wait, don't let
Ooh, now they pretend this shit didn't happen at all. I ain't seen them talk about this in a solid year.
Considering the circumstances, I don't blame them for trying to shove this down the memory.
I wouldn't talk about it either.
I wouldn't talk about it either.
Oh Lord. Can you even imagine if Cloud and Tifa were on a date? And she said, I'm treating this as a date. I'm treating this as a date. And Cloud looked at her and also was like, I wish you wouldn't. Oh my God, we'll never hear the end of it, okay?
The game would be turned off. I would delete my social media. You would not hear or see from me again.
But I'm supposed to care that they think that Aerith is canon lightly.
Oh my God!
And you know what's so funny? I was so because they own this canon lightning thing, blah blah blah. Because Aerith is the icon on Ever Crisis, and I said, a canon lightning, canon Rosa, neither one of them got a kiss from Cloud, so I don't give a damn. I don't care what you think. I don't care who you think Canon Rosa or Canon Lightning is. Until they get a kiss from Cloud, I don't give a damn.
Well, and here's the thing. Aerith is not even wearing the outfit in the flippin' event. It's literally just a cosplay and all the characters have outfits. And then, to make matters worse for them, actual canon lightning, meaning lightning herself, is in the damn event.
Well, of course.
So-
well, you know, that doesn't matter. The fact that she's actually a person doesn't even matter.
Lightning is in the event, but apparently she has been dethroned from her own persona, identity.
So now they about to piss off. Now they about to piss off FF13 fans on top of FF10 fans. I mean, they just going down the hit list.
I mean, if they want to just look, if Clerith want to make enemies out of every single other FF fan group, they are more than welcome to.
They're well on their way. They are well on their way.
Popcorn and watch them get their asses beat by every other Final Fantasy group in the. Funny.
Child. But anyway, back to this topic. So I come a lot more. Sorry, I cut Aerith a lot more psych than I do her fans. Yeah. Certainly, the rabid ones on Twitter that we know of. We all know who they are. It ain't Aerith fans. Okay, just putting it out there. Okay. Sorry, I'm late. Late last night, I had a rabbit CA say, "Who gave Aerith the pink ribbon?" But that dude moved the goalpost and used a baby Aerith as freaking decoy. Yeah, you know what's so fun? Again, Crisis Core completely nuked this. Okay, because they were going on and on about how it's a different ribbon. You remember they were going on about that for years. Oh, it's a different ribbon. It's a different ribbon. And then the Crisis Core reunion was like, "No, it's the same ribbon." Okay, we're gonna specifically change it to make sure that y'all know it's the same damn ribbon. She didn't randomly change ribbons 5 years later. Okay. And no, she has not been wearing the same ribbon since she was 7. Okay.
And you know what? And they did the exact same thing with Zack's sword too, because there's a bunch of people bitching about that. The hilt looked different.
Oh my god, they were making a whole things, but oh my god, the whole theories around, and then they were like, no, it's the same
There's whole
sword.
theories, and then they're like, no, Crisis Core reunion.
Right, we're gonna go ahead and clear this up right now, okay?
They cleared it up right then and there, and that. Oh man, that shut them up real quick, didn't it?
Yeah, okay. And then let's see, real quick, because we're only halfway through this. The crazy. Well, some of this is like the performances, so we're not gonna go through all that. So we're closer than we think. The crazy CA mark me like. Okay, all right.
Wonder what sort of design the girls are gonna come up with. Hey, what kind of swimsuit would you want to see?
Me?
Yes, you.
Tony said in the original FF7, these rabbit CAs believe that Kate Sith's prediction of Cloud and Aerith as star-crossed lovers. In the words of Mori, that was a lie.
Yes.
Well,
Okay, I love this.
What kind of swimsuit would you want to see?
Me?
Yes, you. I'm curious.
Well, I prefer function over form. So, durable. Maybe made with non-absorbent materials that allow for full range of motion. In case you need to fight underwater.
Oh my god. Okie dokie then.
The best way to make
Okay, so this always reminds me of when Tifa asked him what would suit her. He didn't say, well, you're a fighter, so something would function, so you can move around, blah, 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 blah. He says sporty, mature, sporty, mature, and exotic. Okay? He doesn't need time to think, like immediate. Okay? They're alone in the bedroom, alone at last in the bedroom. She says, hey, let's hit up the town. And he's like, yeah, let's go. And and she's like, what do you think would suit me? And poses for him in a suggestive manner. Okay. And he's like, yeah, girl, let me get that exotic. Let me get that mature. Get that sporty. Mm-hmm. Lord. Meanwhile, Aerith is on a beach. They're at a gorgeous resort. And she's like, what kind of swimsuit would you like? And he totally fails the assignment again. He's like, well, he's not even thinking, what would I like on her? Zack would have immediately like, oh, I want something cute and pink and on you, something with whatever. Cloud's like, well, what I'd like to wear is something where I have function and whatever, so I can fight underwater, blah, blah. And she's like, okay, all right. I mean,
and you know what? You know what's so funny is that this almost seems like a response to like that OG dialogue where she's asking him, oh, do you like fair skin or do you like darker skin or your tan skin or whatever? And instead of them putting that in, then they took that out entirely
Thank God.
And replaced it with this, with Cloud being like, yeah, he's like completely just like ignores what she's saying and just like, or at the very least, he dodges the question and then just makes it about, oh, well, I want some kind of functional bathing suit for myself.
Mm-hmm.
He completely dodges it. And again, I don't think Cloud is I think he's being deliberately obtuse. I don't think he's just like not getting it. I think he gets it. He just don't want it. So he is deliberately dodging the question. And he does this with Aerith a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like
he's not as stupid as Clerith tried to claim, because they'll always excuse it like, oh, well, he's just a door. He just doesn't understand. No, he understands. He just doesn't. He's not playing along.
Exactly. So, like, yeah, it's, oh man, it just keeps getting worse and worse. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. You know, people are gonna be like, of course, they're cloudies, they hate Clerith, they're gonna say that. You give me the positive spin on this. I'm genuinely curious. What's the positive spin on that? I mean, I am all ears because, again, if Tifa had asked that question in that bedroom and he was like, well, what I would like to see is, something where you are a fighter, so just put something that's functional, blah, blah, blah. And Tifa's response was like, alrighty then. They'd be like, oh my God, he didn't even understand that she wanted to dress up for him, and he just didn't care because he doesn't want to see Tifa anything because he's in love with her. Blah, blah. It would have been all of that. And frankly, I wouldn't have had much of an argument for it. Been like, alrighty. And OG Tifa says she's going swimming, and Aerith calls out Cloud for visibly reacting. Your cool exterior is cracked. That cracking. Yeah, that absolutely happens. Hey, FF7. You're absolutely right.
There you are. Okay, I've got a great activity for you.
Okay, so she explains the
I'll bring you
activity.
the largest one you can find. Sound good? I'll be chilling back here. So you
They're
can
looking
go
for
along
crabs.
and have yourselves one shell of a time.
I can't believe people don't like the puns of FF7.
This is definitely a first for me.
You've ridden them before.
I'm not talking about the chocobos.
No. You meant the shells, right?
Well, apparently Fun and Whimsy is not
my
allowed.
God. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Fun and Whimsy is not allowed in Final Fantasy VII, according to some people.
A game where the main character literally dresses in drag to save the woman he loves is not a game where fun is allowed. So.
No.
But so like she said, this is a first for me. He's like, but you've ridden chocobos before. Again, totally missing the point. She says, I'm not talking about that. Tries to give him a chance to correct himself. Oh, you mean the shells, right? Oh, she's like, oh my God. Like, this guy. She's like, this dork of all dorks. My God. How does, like, Tifa just sneezes and he's all over. I'm dying over here. Give me something. I'm sorry, I really meant no pun in that. That's what I said. I really meant no pun with the dying. I'm sorry.
Wait a second. Are you nervous?
Well, what? Easiest job I've ever had.
The Merc's nervous.
He's like, okay.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro.
No.
And
I don't know.
iPad
And you know what's so
all
funny
for
about this?
$0.
They're supposed to be on this outing, and they have the entire party like running
I know.
along.
I always thought that was funny, like with all these rebirth things, because like the party isn't reacting at all to anything that's going on in these side quests with the characters. I think that's so funny, especially like when you're in Tifa's bedroom. When you're in Tifa's bedroom for the modern one, and it's like the Cloud and Tifa clearly have like this moment, and then like you look in the corner, and literally the whole party is huddled up in the corner. It's so funny. Damn. That chocobo said, "Get the hell out the way."
Here we come.
Let's saddle up first, then search.
Sounds good. Back on the birds we go.
The voice acting is just stellar.
With me.
I mean, like like whoever did the voice casting for this game needs a medal, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on now. I don't want to miss the key dialogue though, so I'm trying to be slow about it.
You know,
It's so teeny tiny.
a lot of troopers take half a shell with them when they head out on missions.
I know where this is going. It's meant to be a keepsake for their partner, right? A symbol of their undying love.
And an omen of death for the trooper if anyone else sees either one. Some people say.
Yeah, nothing Xerath coded about that at all, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
Uh-huh.
Just want to throw that out there. And I love how
Yep.
she thought of the romance side of it, and he was like, yeah, it's also an omen for death. It's like, damn. Jesus Christ. I mean, again, they're in the middle of a date, and Cloud is like, let me tell you about some ominous death omen in the middle of this date. Jeez.
Like, and again, she's trying to make it some kind of romantic thing, and then Cloud's just like, nope.
Cloud is like, yeah, I was actually getting to the whole death thing, but yeah, sure, that too.
Yeah, sure.
And again, I don't know. I'm like, seriously, let's just. This idea that Aerith is gonna. I mean, I just am genuinely shocked by this. They are so heavy-handed with this. From chapter 1. Where Aerith seemingly dies in chapter 1 even, okay? I mean, I'm saying like just the optics of it, because it's clearly referencing her death scene, okay? From the beginning, it's just like, what in the world makes you think that they're laying out all these death omens, and then she still actually dies? Because regardless of what you think is happening in these other worlds or what they are, she's clearly dead in the main one. What do you think all this means? I mean, it's just like, okay. Anyway, sorry, that was off topic, but it just amazes me.
But it just
You don't
just
see all
reminds
these
me
death
of it.
omens and Tifa's the one that actually almost dies, and you know what I'm saying? Like, she does actually almost die. Bear does actually almost die, but you don't see all these death omens around them like you see here. Like, why do you think that is?
Well, and then what's even funnier is that, like, even on, like, when they're playing Queen's Blood, Cloud's retort to Aerith is, "It's your funeral." Like, come on.
Oh, God. Oh, come on.
Like, they could not be more obvious.
Aerith cracks me up. Oh, look at this shit.
A symbol of their undying love.
And an omen of death for the trooper if anyone else sees either one. Some people say.
Oh, that took a turn. Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen a shell this big before. If these things are all this size, I bet this.
Well, she says, I bet the suckers are for good eating, and I think Cloud says something like, you know, we couldn't be picky in the army or something like that. So when she brings up crab, he's like, well, we wouldn't complain. Oh, yeah, he says we wouldn't complain about it even if we didn't like it, something like that. Which is kind of important later.
Yeah.
All right. We're almost finished. We're at the end of this one. We got one more piece of dialogue, and then we'll get to Tifa. I know that's what everybody's waiting for. but this one was worth going through. Trust me. If you have not seen this date, my God. Honestly, I don't even know how this. I mean, seriously, like all of the devs, you know. They have to have majority vote for this to get passed. Like, whoa, my God, woof.
Couldn't
You
be,
know what I'm saying? Like, they are on the same page about this. Class can make something about the marketing all day and night, okay? But this is content in the game. Like, you can't survive on marketing ploys forever. You know, you can't. What is it? You know, it's the same thing as like, oh, let's just focus on the fact that Cloud and Aerith show up in the Kingdom Hearts credits. Well, for people to see the credits, they have to have actually played through the game. Okay, and they know that the whole storyline in it is Cloud and Tifa. With heavy references to their actual lore, including Evan children, including, you know what I mean, like, and Cloud and Aerith have no storyline whatsoever in the game. Okay, like, it's crazy.
They have a singular conversation where Cloud is going off to go find his light, which we find out later.
Yes. Aerith says, "Go find." Didn't she even say, "Go find your light" or something like that? And I'll be here when you get back. And he's like, "Yeah, no matter how far I go, I'll be back." And she's like, "You lying?" Wow, what are they clinging on to with this? Oh my God.
I don't know.
About you, Cloud.
Okay, here we go.
That should
All right, this is the last part, and then we're gonna go to Tifa.
A conch. Decent size one, too. I think that should just about do it. Okay, ready to go?
Are you sure?
Really? Leaving the decision to me? What about you, Cloud? Are you sure? This is the part where you're supposed to blurt out, I don't want to go back. I want to stay here with you. This date's DOA otherwise.
Okay, now you're just being mean.
Oh my
Sorry.
Oh my God, the cringe level just went to
Oh my.
100. Okay, listen. First off, in the Japanese, she actually says, even if it's a lie, just you say. She says something along the lines of, even if it's a lie, say I want to be with you, which I want to be with you, or I want to spend more time with you, which is what she says.
I want to spend more time.
Yeah, I want to spend. Even if it's a lie, say I want to spend more time with you, which is literally what she tells Zach when she does her 23 tiny wishes. Okay, so the first date she's referencing Zach. And the second date, the whole conversation is about Tifa. And the third date, she's referencing Zach again. Okay. Oh, Lord. And Cloud is annoyed. He's like, okay, now you just give me a hard time. This is a date. Okay. She has to apologize because she's gotten on his nerves to the point where, like, she feels she's fucked up and she's like, okay, I'm sorry. And it just goes into dead silence, the most awkward silence ever. Oh my God. Can you imagine? I mean, the things, and this is why I just, like, the things, I was listening to a politics thing the other day about, and I'm sorry for people not in politics, just a quick story. It was the Zoran Mondani thing versus Andrew Coleman. Like, they're nitpicking stuff about him. Oh, he went to eat at an expensive sushi restaurant. Like, this is the Monk, you're in politics. Like, this is the dirt they're digging up on him at the last minute, that he paid $160 at a sushi restaurant with his wife. Okay, like, that's the dumbest thing. Like, if you're into politics, like, these are absolutely idiotic things to be bringing up. And the podcast I was watching, they're like, they are the biggest nitpickers ever. Like, just the tiniest little things, despite the huge issues that the other person has, they nitpick the tiniest little things. Okay, Cloud said no to Tifa being his girlfriend, which she's literally not. Okay, meanwhile, like, yeah, he said no. He literally told the truth. Meanwhile, she's the one he's giving romantic gifts to. Okay, she's the one he's kissing. She's the one he's staying in the bedroom with all night. She's the one he's spending all night under a high wind with. But, oh, we got to pretend like that water isn't wet because Cloud one time said Tifa wasn't his girlfriend when she literally wasn't. Meanwhile, they will nitpick stuff like, on the other side, nitpick Kate said saying they're a perfect couple and they'll have a happy future together, forgetting that 20 minutes later, Aerith is dead. Okay? What happened to that happy future? Okay? But they'll act like this is gospel. Cloud and Aerith are the perfect match, but Cloud will go kiss her best friend, apparently on a jealous rampage because he thought of a dead man for 30 seconds. Like, the nitpicking, that's all they can do. The cherry picking, the nitpicking, that's all they got. There is no way a date between Cloud and Tifa could end like this, and it would not be headline news and CA fandom every hour of every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Cloudies really are too damn nice sometimes. Seriously.
We really are. We
don't even have to argue at this point. All we got to do is bring this shit up. Every time they start arguing with us about A, B, and C, do you love me and all the bullshit? But what is this? This is not 2018, 2012. This is 2024. When y'all claim this is the same game she sang him a love song with, this is a date. I mean, I just cannot imagine. It's unfathomable. My God, go ahead.
Yeah, it just goes to show that they are in fact not a good match, because they don't connect in that way. You know, and the thing is that you can see moments where Cloud is connecting with Aerith, but it's only in like circumstances where there is no romance being pushed.
Mm-hmm.
When Aerith is just trying to have a friendly conversation with him, like again, the times when Cloud opens up the most with Aerith is when she's either A, talking about Zack, or B, talking about Tifa. Like, those are the times when Cloud will actually relax, let his guard down a little bit, and actually be open and have a conversation with Aerith. It's like, oh, okay, she's not trying to shove a date on me. She's actually trying to get to know me. We're having a conversation. Because, again, that's the kind of relationship that Cloud wants with Aerith. He wants a friendship with her. He's not looking for a lover. He just wants a friend. The position of romance and girlfriend, he's already got his sights set on someone else. And he has had his sights set on that someone else since he was a little boy. Aerith has... there's no room for Aerith in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they keep missing each other. And the thing is, it's really honestly the same thing with Aerith. Aerith is looking for something to salve the wound that was left behind by Zack. Yes. Zack is gone, and so she's looking for anything. She's scrambling. She's grasping at anything. That's why it kind of comes across as desperate. Because she is desperate. She's desperate to have Zack back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's desperate for anything that will give her any of that feeling back, and she's not getting it from Cloud. And you can see that frustration come out, especially in this day, and you can see it come out in other moments too, where she's trying to get something and it's not working.
Mm-hmm. Like it's yeah, and
because they're not a match.
And again, I feel I'm going to be vindicated about this one day. The reason that, if you're wondering, like, why would give them 5 dates, 6 dates if they're... Because I'm sure it's a valid question. Why are they giving them so many dates if there's not intended to be romantic? Because it's giving you that juxtapose. We have a whole game where we see her interactions with Zack. And you see... And frankly, not even in romantic settings. I mean, like, the church is not a romantic setting, inherently. You know what I mean? It's a church, okay? It's a rundown church. But because they had that romantic connection, it doesn't matter what the setting is. Same as it doesn't, and they're showing the opposite with this. It doesn't matter, like, they have a date in this park in the middle of the night. They have a date in this beautiful Costa del Sol. They have a date on a gorgeous clock tower. They have they have 2 dates in the Gold Saucer. These super romantic settings, but Cloud is missing the assignment constantly, because it doesn't matter what setting you put him in. If he's not in love with you, he's not in love with you. That's why they can be sitting on a romantic water tower, a place where Cloud asked Tifa out on a date, and he's feeling romantic, but not for her. He's gazing in Tifa's window looking for her as he's literally sitting there up there with Aerith. I mean, the whole point is the setting doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about the setting. The setting doesn't matter. It's who he's with that matters. Zack could be in hell with Aerith, and he'll find a way to make it romantic. Okay?
Exactly.
Ooh, I love that heat, like the heat between you and me, baby. I mean, he'd be saying shit like that.
Well, and see, that's, again, and to piggyback off of that, it doesn't matter if you're with somebody. If your heart, you can be in the same frame as that person. You can be put in a similar situation with somebody as many times as you want, but the outcome is going to be different. You know, if Aerith had been in this same location with Zach, this date would have gone completely different.
Completely
different. You know what? And you know what? Aerith probably would have left that beach pregnant by the end of it. You know, I mean,
probably. And by the way, they get that because they put Cloud and Aerith on the Water Star, and they put them in Sector 5, and both end disastrously. Okay, I mean that's what they're doing. They're deconstructing Cloud and Aerith as a ship, leading into part. Leading into part. Let me read a few comments. Thank you again, everyone who's joined. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. A lot of people have not. There's over 20 people watching. I only have 3 likes. Please hit the like button. Alrighty. Really appreciate everyone. Again, I'm going to the 7th Heaven experience. This is part of my 7-day Stream-A-Thon. If you'd like to help support, like I said, I'll be doing reviews on merch. I will be taking lots of video and stuff like that while I'm in LA. So if you'd like to help support the channel and help support me, because trust me, I need a new mic, I need a new camera, I need a whole lot of stuff. Please cash at me at $StygianSis. Okay? Really would appreciate the support. Thank you. And look forward to more of my content for, I guess, whatever the next 7 days is, because I got started like whatever, you know what day it is now. Good Lord. Oh, happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. Woo! And don't forget, CloTiWeen is going on. Hashtag CloTiWeen25. And you can go to twitter.com/CloudTifa events to get more information on that. Alrighty, so back to so Nagisa's here. Hey, Nagisa. We should have invited her, but I don't know if she's busy.
I know.
Yeah, Nagisa, if you're not busy and you want to join, please let us know, because we're about to do Tifa's date. So, or whatever, not date, whatever. And so that's the thing. Like, it's not even actually a date, but it feels like one. You know what I mean?
It feels like a date because again, it's Cloud and Tifa, so you can stick those two anywhere, and the atmosphere will automatically become romantic just because it's these two.
Yes. So let's see. FF7 said, but they don't accept that Kate Sith is dating Aerith per canon and OG. Yeah, they don't accept that in Costa del Sol. Aerith and Tifa have a canon date in Rebirth. You know, they just conveniently skip that. Now, they're all about optional, non-optional, but they just ignore that. Okay. Then we'll see Expedition 33 collab art that SCN's Sandfall did. Sibling coded if I ever seen it. Yeah, he said, I know Claire's mad about the war. Oh, I was laughing both ass cheeks off, Mom. Both of them. Not just one, both. Okay. Dying. Girl, I was in public dying. Okay. People looking at me like I was losing my mind. I was like, oh my God. No, they did not.
Well, and see, here's the thing. Claire should have known better when it was revealed that, Nomura was behind this. Yeah! Nomura has never been in y'all's corner, okay? That man has been trolling you since the dawn of time. Love. You guys should have known that he was setting you up.
Love. I would have been, if I was CA, I'd have been done with Nomura the second when they asked the question, is Aerith Cloud's light? And he was like, well, that's an interesting question, isn't it? And he let that shit sit out there for years. Because Nomura is about playing that long game.
Out from under
he is about playing that long game. And then Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, and it turns out Tifa's Cloud's like, oh my God,
Nomura has never been gentle with them. He has controls them incessantly. It's glorious. The man is so.
And I heard it was, and I don't know if it's true, but I think he was. I've heard rumblings that he was the one behind that TGA trailer. That would not surprise me because it felt like a revenge plot. It really fucking did. Honestly, that's my honest opinion. It felt like a revenge plot. Like after you like. Like once you knew that he actually gets Steven's there, I was like, wow. And then Ojima coming out saying the song ain't even a clear song. I said, wow. Oh man.
That's like
they let themselves they let them play themselves for 3 months. They let them sit out there and play themselves. I mean, they were going hard. Oh my god. Oh man. Whew. And then they think we've forgotten that suddenly we gonna buy this bullshit about they never wanted to get the hell out of here.
Get out of here.
What do you always say? Pepperidge Farm remembers or whatever the hell you just said.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Ooh, child. Anyway, all right, let's get to Tifa. I'm sorry, I know it's late as hell and we've been streaming forever. Okay, let's go.
There you are. Glad you could make it, Cloud, Tifa.
Oh, you're fine, Nagisa. I was just letting you.
Enjoy the sun and sea breeze. Nothing like getting some gains in the great outdoors. What do you say? Care to sweat with us?
I think I would. I haven't done a proper workout in forever.
Well, we'll happily help you both become your best self.
I'm sorry, just a side note. Tifa said she hadn't done a proper workout in forever. This girl's been fighting people for a week straight. She's been fighting everybody from Sephiroth to Rude and everything. And then apparently wasn't breaking a sweat the entire time.
Train with us as long as you like.
You mean it? Well, I might just take you up on that.
Here's a question for you, Cloud. What would you say is the key to a good workout?
I'm sorry, another thing, because I'm just in a cloudy mood right now. I'm headcanoning so hard that Tifa's gonna end up like getting into business with Jules or co-owning this place or something in part 3, okay? And then like imagine they expand on like so in post OG era, Tifa has the bar and Cloud has Strife delivery service and they both co-run those. And I'm just headcanoning so hard that there's somebody expand on this to where they both have some some kind of business ownership or partnership with this gym and maybe Johnny Seaside, whatever. I'm sorry, that's a totally random thought, but that's what I think of when I see this. Because remember, this is the second side quest with Jules and the second gym with Jules. You know what I'm saying? It's just the both of Tifa side quests, Tifa and Cloud side quests.
Yeah.
Come on, just I'm like, what are they doing?
Bodyweight exercises will only take you so far. If you want to get really jacked, you'll need the resistance only equipment can provide. And as luck would have it, we've got a full assortment right here. Now let's get down to business, shall we? The reason I wanted you to stop by? Monsters have been spotted skulking around the facility, and I want them.
Okay, so he's just explaining what's going on.
Our muscles, they're safe. Okay, people.
All right, here we go to the dialogue, to the text.
Let's get out there and kick some ass.
Someone's excited.
Well, yeah. Wanted an excuse to work up a sweat, and now I've got one.
Wonder what little Tifa would say.
I think she'd be pretty proud.
Oh my god.
Come on. I wonder
Cloud,
what little Tifa would
bro.
say.
Come on.
Come on.
mean,
like right out the gate.
Right out the gate, his entire demeanor has changed. Not only is he's like jumping, he's almost instigating conversations with Tifa. Tifa's not even really having to do much. I mean, she's like, "Oh, let's get out there and kick some ass." And Cloud's like, "Ooh, I wonder what little Tifa was saying."
Somebody's excited. No, it sounds like you're excited, Cloud. Did you hear the tone of his voice? Yeah, you are the excited one, Cloud.
His entire demeanor has shifted. And again, because you had to see the way he behaved with the Aerith date before this, that contrast becomes even more obvious. Like, the developers set it up this way where you have to see them side by side, and that contrast hits you like a ton of bricks.
Like, what else is the explanation for this? I mean,
Exactly.
again, they don't even have to call it, and it also speaks to this idea because, again, one thing that they, as if Cloud has ever called Aerith his girlfriend, but they obsessed with this, he's never technically called Tifa his girlfriend. This also speaks more to, like, they don't have to call things a date for them to be romantic. They don't have to call things a date for it to be a date. The water tower was clearly a date. I mean, it's not, they don't have to announce everything, make everything a grand announcement. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this unspoken thing between them. They are just naturally romantic with each other. So, and he's naturally interested in what Tifa has to say and interested in things. Like, one thing, for instance, he asks Tifa a lot of questions. Like, he's unnaturally curious when he's with Tifa. He doesn't really, dig into other people's stuff, but he's very interested in Tifa. Even mundane things. So yeah, and he's like, and then like saying, I wonder what little Tifa was saying. That's, again, like, having that history. What I love is they show, like, even though even Cloud and Tifa don't necessarily see themselves as have being close, even though Cloud and Tifa don't necessarily think they were all that close sometimes, and they weren't for a period of time, you as a player can recognize how close they are, by interactions like this. So, and even as they're learning a lot about each other through this game, you realize how much they actually know about each other at the same time. Like, there's just this familiarity, and it doesn't mean I want to be clear. It doesn't mean you have to grown up with somebody to fall in love. It doesn't mean you have to have that history, blah blah blah. But when you're juxtaposing CloTi versus Clerith, this is, no matter how you try to slice it, this is in the win column for CloTi, because especially considering they've lost everything and now they are all they have left of their hometown, essentially. Like, yes, technically Emilio's alive, probably the other two are alive, possibly, but essentially this is what they have left of each other, because they, and especially for Cloud, because he doesn't have any fond memories with those boys. His memories are with Tifa, and his affection was with Tifa. Like, he has some memories, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they're not only in love with each other, but he doesn't have to explain. There's certain things they don't have to explain to each other, or they just get each other.
It's that shared history.
It's that shared. Like what I said before, that shared. What was the phrase I used?
It's like a shared culture too.
Culture. That's what it is. Thank you. It's that shared culture. They understand Nibelheim because Nibelheim was their home. You know what I'm saying? And thus, again, there's just certain things they don't have to explain. Things just come and conversation just comes so naturally for them. It's just so natural. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I'm tired. Sorry, I rambled through that, but yes. Okay, so fighting. Just make sure I'm not missing dialogue. Oh, here we go.
Can't really go wrong with steak, I guess.
What?
Huh? Oh, sorry. Just some mental meal prep. The ideal post-workout dish.
So, you were the one behind Seventh Heaven's menu?
Half was a holdover from the old owner. The better half was mine.
Should have ate there more.
Yeah. You snooze, you lose.
Now, Nagisa's still watching. She can confirm, but in the Japanese, she actually says something along the lines of, I wish you could have too. She doesn't say you snooze, you lose. It's a stupid line. I'm sorry, it just is. But again, like Cloud being inquisitive. Also, she muttered something. He's like, huh? What? because he's
Yeah,
always
he's
listening
paying
for
attention
Tifa.
to her.
There are even
He's
times
paying.
when he's not saying, I'm sorry, real quick. In chapter 4, I believe, there's even times where like the whole group is talking and Cloud is completely silent. But if the second Tifa chimes in, then he starts responding. Now, this is a pattern. He's always listening for Tifa. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, I was just saying that. Yeah, he's always paying attention to her. He's always observing her, and he's interested in what she has to say. You know, he doesn't show the same level of interest when it's with Aerith. Like, Aerith has to basically drag responses out of him. And when he does respond, they're short, they're kind of curt answers. He's
Grumpy.
not really... they're abrupt, yeah. But with Tifa, is not only is the tenor and tone of his voice different, he's a lot more... You can tell that there's a lot more openness about him. And again, this harkens back to what Toriyama said, that, you know, when he's with Tifa, more of that real Cloud comes out. That soldier, that tough guy soldier persona kind of gets put to the side a little bit. And you can see his true self come out. That doesn't happen with Aerith, but it happens with Tifa.
Yes.
And again, it's just it's more of that reminiscing. And again, Aerith is observing this. She's watching it all go down. And they call back to this again at the water tower where, you know, Aerith is sitting up there, and I don't think she's just referencing the fact that Cloud was up there reminiscing about Tifa on the water tower specifically. I think it was all of this leading up to that she was watching. She sees how different Cloud is with Tifa, how open he is, how in this shared bond he has with Tifa that she doesn't have with him. And she expresses jealousy over it. She's like, I don't have anyone like that. I don't have anyone I can reminisce with. She specifically brings up reminiscing. And that's what Cloud and Tifa are doing right now. They're reminiscing. They're talking about, you know, and Cloud is sitting here complimenting Tifa too, like her cooking right here. He's like, oh, so you're the one who was in charge of all the food at, you know, Seventh Heaven, you know? And again, he's expressing interest in the things that Tifa does. And, you know, he compliments her. He's interested.
Yes. And you know what? It's so interesting. I don't think, did we ever actually post our, I don't think we post our conversation about the water tower. Maybe we're not completely exhausted by the time we're done with this. Maybe, well, even if you need to go, I might actually talk about the water tower because it's so, man, it is such a critical scene. It's one of the best scenes in the game. I'm sorry. It just is. And like, you mentioning that, like, it is a Cloud and Aerith scene that destroys a anti-Cloudy talking point too, because of what you just said. You know, detractors of Cloud and Tifa will say they're not close, they were never close, she was never his friend, blah blah, unless it's something overtly romantic happening, and then suddenly she's his friend and just his friend. You know, it always goes back and forth. Okay. But that was always, she was never that close to him, blah blah blah, this and that, she never cared to that. But Aerith is observing them for this, by that time it's like 13 days, okay? She's been observing them for over a week, because she ain't know them the entire time, obviously. And she is envious. She's envious of their relationship. She says, I don't have anybody to reminisce with. I don't have, you know, remember the time and stuff like that. And like you said, she's obviously not, first off, you're right about that, but she's also not just talking about friends. And I guarantee there's going to be some callback to this, because when her and Zach are together in the next one, I guarantee they'll be running around Sector 5 or something like that, and be like, hey, remember when we did that? Oh yeah, she's going to have that with Zach. You know what I mean? Because she has almost 2 years worth of memories with him. She does not have that with Cloud, and so it's a double whammy for Aerith. It's watching two old friends, and yes, it is true, she doesn't have any friends that she had, you know, growing up, and then it's also like having that connection with someone who you have a romantic attraction to as well, who you have this mutual romantic attraction to. And remember, Aerith, and this is past Gongaga that water tower scene happens. I'm sorry, we're off topic, but I think it's just important to mention in this moment because this is past Gongaga and all this stuff too. And she has been having a lot of private conversations with Tifa. So she's getting Tifa's side of things and she's getting Cloud's side of things and then just observing in general. And her takeaway 3 days before her death is she is envious of their relationship. A couple days, whatever it is. She is envious of their relationship. So that completely destroys, anti-CloTi talking points about how close they were and whatnot. Your own girl, half of your own ship, looks at them and wants what they have. And it really is commentary on Claire's shippers. I'm just going to say it, because despite what they say about how Cloud and Tifa don't have this and don't have that, what do they want for part 3? They want a kiss. CloTi got that. They want a family. CloTi got that as canon, as they like to say. They want the Highwind scene. Regardless of which one you get, the Highwind scene is canon. The only difference is there's a couple of variations depending on which one you get. But them spending all night together is canon. They want the Lyser scene. That's canon for CloTi. They want Aerith to be the one to save Cloud. That is canon for Tifa. They want the adopted son. That is CloTi. Okay? Canon for CloTi. They want, together forever, whatever. 4 years and counting. We have no reason to believe they broke up. Okay? Like, all these things. And so, they are showing Aerith herself, is commentary on the family. They're showing Aerith herself as being envious of the relationship these two have.
Yep.
I mean, ain't really nothing else to say about it.
Really?
And by the way, this whole who's the fun one, all that. Honestly, Aerith isn't looking at them and thinking they're miserable. In fact, she's witnessed them. I mean, she's seen them go through their first fight, and she's still envious. You know what I'm saying? Like, it isn't like they just having all fun, doing all dates and stuff. They're going through a lot of serious moments, and she still wants what they have. That says a lot.
And here's the thing too: is like after their first fight. On her supposed first date with Cloud, she spends the entirety of the time up there telling Cloud, hey, don't take her for granted, or as the Japanese says, cherish her, it's like...
Hey, don't take another woman for granted. Don't take me for granted.
I was like, okay, Aerith is not viewing these scenes the same way as her shippers do. Aerith is looking at this a lot more objectively than they are.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's another thing that honestly aggravates me. It's like, y'all are making excuses that Aerith herself would not tolerate. Like,
exactly.
It's okay that Cloud kissed Tifa on the gondola instead of me, because at least he was thinking of me while he did it. Or Cloud kissed Tifa on the gondola, but that's okay because he went into a jealous rage and decided to kiss my best friend because he was upset that I still had feelings for a dead man. But I mean, like, Aerith would not take these, would not take these excuses, okay? Oh yeah, here we go.
Hey, Cloud, would you say you're a picky eater?
Soldiers can't be choosers. We ate what we were fed.
Well, I used to be super picky, actually.
Really?
Used to be. Not anymore.
Why did her dialogue disappear? Okay, for some reason Tifa's isn't showing up. She said, I used to be a really picky eater. He said, really? He said, used to be. She said, used to be. Not anymore, though. Can't be choosers in the slums either.
Not anymore, though. Can't be choosers in the slums either.
Oh, okay. She's far away. That's what.
Not a fan.
Yeah, me neither.
So, so this is interesting for a couple of reasons. One, like, they're Cloud doesn't deny being a picky eater. He just says he didn't have a choice. And she's saying, yeah, I used to be picky too, but not anymore because living in the slums. this is another way in which they connect. The life threw them a curveball. And it's like, we had to, it wasn't about what we wanted anymore. We had to grow up. We had to do what we had to do. You know what I'm saying? This is more there, for the people who say Cloud isn't mature enough for Tifa. Okay. It's ridiculous. Okay. Yeah, this is another way that they connect, going through hard times, because being in the army is not a walk in the park. Okay. And then Tifa says, oh no, and then Cloud inquiring again, well, how do you feel about crab? Because remember, Aerith asked him, she said, oh, those things must be good to eat or whatever. He was like, well, we couldn't be picky in the army about it. This is a tie-in. Now he's inquiring that there's one follows the other. Tifa's side quest follows Sarah's. Now he's randomly asking Tifa, how does she feel about crab? And she says, not a fan, even though they just said they weren't able to be picky at one point in their lives. And Cloud was like, yeah, me either. Now, I actually think it's great out of the way, because Cloud is such a dork. Crab could be his favorite food ever. And he would never eat it again. If he thought it would impress Tifa, this is something that him and Tifa would ever go, oh yeah, I hate crab, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. As he's hiding crab legs behind his, behind the thing. Oh yeah, I hate crab. Oh, yuck,
Yeah. I mean, we were cracking jokes about that. Like, I think I even posted like a poster of a smashed bananas. Like, Tifa said she didn't like bananas, so I hate bananas now.
Yeah. Oh, Tifa says she hates oxygen. Oh, yuck. Yeah.
I guess I better hold my breath now.
But even so, it's adorable out of the way. Either he's lying just to impress his girl, which is total Cloud strife, or he feels comfortable enough to tell her the truth. You know what I mean? And either one is great. I love it.
And it's the way he says it too. Like, Cloud's almost excited at the prospect that he has something in common with Tifa. He's like, yeah, me neither. Mm-hmm. Like, he's happy about it. Like, it's like, oh, I have something in common with Tifa. It's like
Cloud is just so open with Tifa. You know what I mean? Like, he was closed off for so long because of the politics of Nibelheim, and they were young, they were immature. Now they're adults. They're not inhibited by the shit that was going on in Nibelheim. And they really wanted to, even though they're in this crazy situation, as as Tifa said, even though we're going through this crazy journey, I've never felt closer to you. This is what she's talking about.
Exactly.
And it's not just these side quests, okay? This is just a silly little side quest where they're, doing a little bodybuilding thing. They are connecting throughout the story, including culminating to the big one in Gongaga, okay? Where Cloud bears his soul to this girl about what he fears. Cloud don't talk about his fears with anybody. Nobody. Okay? He's always that tough guy, But he's emotionally vulnerable with Tifa. And she doesn't tease him. She doesn't throw it in his face. She doesn't cut him off. She lets him keep talking. She lets him get out how he feels. And this is something that happens under Junon as well. It's so underrated. When he starts to talk and then he starts to hesitate, she doesn't say, what are you going to say? Blah, blah, blah. She's like, she's giving him the time to gather his thoughts and speak. It's just amazing, their connection. And Hamaguchi said, they ground each other. And connecting, and it's amazing because he said the hug and the kiss is growth. He's also saying growing romantic, like having romance with Tifa grows Cloud as a person. That's another way of putting what he said.
Absolutely.
He didn't make the comment with anybody else. Okay.
Nope.
Thank you so much, everybody who's watching. By the way, we got 25 people watching in the middle of the night. I love it. Please hit that like button. Thank you, everyone. I see a lot of people have hit like. Again, if you'd like to help me get to 7th Heaven Experience in LA at the beginning of November, please tip me at $StygianSis. All right, yeah, so back to the conversation. Sorry. So it is just amazing to watch this. And this is what the devs mean when they say this is, they want to give us an enhanced story. They want to give us an enhanced experience. You know, it's still the same core story. They're adding a lot of stuff, but it's all rooted in the story we always had in the first place. This isn't new. All of this is based in things that are core in the OG. Because Cloud was opening up to Tifa and OG as well. I mean, you know, hell, the live stream saying as a prime example. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah. Hi, Abby Edis. Hey, girl, I haven't seen you forever. How you doing, girl? All right. Let's keep it going. I don't think there's too much more after this. Let's see. Here we go.
You know, it's funny.
What?
Didn't realize it at the time, but we ate pretty good when we were kids.
Yeah. Homegrown fruits and vegetables, and great chefs eager to use them.
So, again, connecting. They both remember the food in Nibelheim, you know. And then also, Cloud is initiating the conversation. And and again, that reminiscing. He's thinking back fondly, even though certain people claim and I would, you know what, to be fair, I would even say Cloud, I think, has overinflated certain things in his mind. But now as an adult with distance, he realizes a lot of it was just silly kid stuff. You know, or silly, you know, like he just, you know, it wasn't, it's kind of that grass is greener on the other side type thing. Now that he's thrust out into the world, in this brutal world where he's eating shit in the military, you know what I'm saying? And he hasn't had a home-cooked meal, you know, in forever and all that. And, like, now he's thinking fondly back on those days, like, yeah, I did it. We really did have it pretty good. It's not just about food. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's talking about food here, but it's not just about that. And that's another thing, because he's thinking about these home-cooked meals. And by the way, and I want to be very clear, I'm not dismissing or saying Elmira is a bad cook or anything, but it also is very interesting that the first time he slept in a real bed and had a home cooked meal, well, it's not let me back up a little bit. At OG it was a sort of kind of, but whatever. He's eating Tifa's food. And in the OG, he slept in the, you know, next to Tifa in the basement or whatever, or he slept in the little, you know, in Stargate's house. But my point being, he's tasted that food. He's tasted, and he had like he was actually in a home, with Aerith and Elmira. They could have totally made a big deal about that, like, hey, this is my first time, you know, having a home cooked meal, and I'm with my new lover and her mother, you know. They completely skip over. In fact, the last thing you see is him and Elmira at odds, and then and him pissed off, Aerith's confused, it cuts off. They completely ignore the fact that these three had a meal together, okay? Could have been a very heartwarming moment, okay? Because they kind of do this with Zack in Rebirth, okay? Meanwhile, when Cloud is reminiscing about home-cooked meals and stuff, even though he just had one, a week ago with his new lover, supposedly, what is he? He's thinking all the way back in. He's reminiscing about the food in Nibelheim, and this is in the context of him reminiscing about the food he ate in Seventh Heaven. Oh, I should have eaten more, you know, and then thinking about, oh man, you know, I had those good meals in Seventh Heaven, and now I'm thinking about Nibelheim. Like, Tifa's cooking reminds him of home. This is all connected. I mean, that should have been a major clue to people. The fact that they had a perfect opportunity to make this like this, you know, dinner with the mother thing. Even if they had shown the meal and it was like kind of vituperative or whatever, and they showed like Cloud and Aerith wanted to spend time, and they're kind of having, you know, because there's also that kind of deal where, you know, it'll be this, you know, the mom doesn't approve of the boyfriend or whatever. They could have done a whole thing with that. They just completely skip over it. It's like it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
It was so throwaway. They didn't even bother showing.
Didn't even bother. Okay.
And it's never even referenced. Like, it's one thing that they didn't show it. It's another thing entirely that it's never referenced ever.
Never referenced. Okay. Never. Okay. It's crazy. And all of this, by the way, is definitely going to lead to. So I don't know what it's going to lead to, but we are definitely getting some cooking between, some sort of cooking. Well, first off, Medea immediately comes to mind, but I also think something's going to happen in Nibelheim too. I mean, it's too obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, and the thing is that Nojima is also doing this thing where he's like building up to foreshadowing what their life is going to be like even post OG. Like Tifa, and again, this pops up in I believe Gongaga, where Tifa starts asking what his favorite dish is, and he talks about his mother's what was it, pot roast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Tifa like offers to make some, like she's literally offering to make meals that would remind Cloud of his mother. And then of course this ties into Traces of Two Past, because when you read Traces of Two Past, you realize Tifa did cook alongside Claudia. Mm-hmm. Like she has that connection to Cloud's mom. So it's all tied together, and and Cloud is just being the typical male here, way to a man's heart is through his stomach, apparently.
Yep.
And it's the same thing with Cloud. He's like he's all thinking about food and stuff and associating that with Tifa, and it's like, Cloud, he's already slipping into that.
And again, I want to remind people too, in Gongaga, there is a cooking side quest with Cloud and Aerith. Okay. And his behavior, oh my God. Okay, for those of you who haven't seen it, like Siste comes to them and she wants to make a meal for Zack's parents. Aerith eagerly wants to help out with this. Cloud is like, I'll help y'all find the ingredients, but he doesn't ask. And they're like, oh, well, she's like, oh, I'll give y'all some, blah blah blah. Cloud doesn't help outside of like run around getting the ingredients. Cloud doesn't help. Cloud doesn't say a word. Okay, he doesn't ask to try it, nothing. Now again, this could have totally been a moment, where Cloud and Aerith cook together and they taste the food together and, oh, this was a wonderful meal, Aerith, thank you so much. None of that. He is like a statue in this house as these two. I mean, they're practically showing these girls as sister wives, practically. It's like, what is going on here? So, like, even though Cloud is there, who is she making a meal for? Zack's parents. Like, blaring sirens, wrong path, turn around. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God.
Well, and what's even funnier is that this is an actual direct juxtaposition to Tifa, who is naturally like she has a gift with cooking. She has a gift with baking. Oh yeah, because they
burned down the house. I forgot to mention that.
And Aerith burned down the house. About ready to, they're cooking bricks over here.
Look, we all know that Zack is the cook in that house. So let's just, if these two in there, we all know Zack would have been the cook in that house. Not even play games out here. And that boy from Gongaga, which Gongaga and Nibelheim are basically treated as like sister, towns, in a way. And by the way, I love
they're
that
both these backwater towns with kind of similar cultures a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so we all know Zack is the, and ain't nothing wrong with that, by the way. Hey, I love a man that can cook. You understand? Now, I happen to love to cook, but I like a man that can cook. You understand? And yeah, I just love thinking about here, kids. Like, you can see Aerith like running, coming to the house, like, whip me up a sandwich. And he's like, whatever you say, dear. Like, I bet they totally play into that, because like, such a sucker bird. Like when she's like, I don't want that. I want another flower wagon. He's like, stop being so picky. But then he's just so in love with this girl. He's like, okay, I'll make you two more. Like, I can see them really having fun with stuff like that. But anyway, sorry, I gush over Aerith. And Ivy said, hey Stitch and TifaTheMonk, it's nice to hear from you guys. Sending all my love. Claudia and Aerith will always be canon in the endgame, of course. And then FF7 said, I can't wait to get Claudia with small Tifa via flashbacks. I hope that's what Traces of Two Past is setting up.
Oh my God!
Oh,
yes.
Definitely. And someone made a great thread, just a real quick thought about Claudia, because we got to talk about this sometime on the stream too. They mentioned that, oh yes, on Reddit, and this is what Nightmare's been saying forever, but the death Cloud is likely to actually go through in live stream saying is Claudia's death. And then I was like, oh my god, like Tifa's gonna be there to support him and all that. Oh my god, like the amount of cloudy shit we got coming our way is insane. Oh
Insane.
my god. Anyway, okay, so I think let's see what else is here. This has been a while since I've watched these, honestly, or played through them. Yeah, because the second half of this is actually her. I think her damage. So let's see. That might have been all the dialogue. Let's see. Here we go.
Tifa, heard you two took care of.
Yeah. Okay. So the second half, you know, it's the girl, and this is like a big, you know, Tifa fan club thing going on here. So we're done with that. So yeah, not like you have Cloud and Aerith, which is actually a date. Okay. A paid date, but still a date. The chemistry is not there. I mean, and then we wonder why the photographer said they have no chemistry. I mean, like, you're seeing it right here, front
You're
and center.
seeing it right here.
Even when they try to pretend to be on it, like, it falls apart. Okay. Meanwhile, Cloud and Tifa are just sitting there talking about food. You know what I mean? Isn't a reminiscent about food the whole time, and it's got far more chemistry. Okay, this is not close. And again, this is by design. This didn't fall out of the sky. This isn't a thousand monkeys in a type, you know, that you know, saying about, you know, monkeys in a type room and you know, accidentally typing out Shakespeare, like just pure, you know, happenstance, pure circumstance, coincidence. This is by design. They make you play through Cloud and Aerith's date first in order to get this. And, you know, initially, if you're, you know, part of the Tifa versus Aerith thing, whatever, you might be like, oh my god, they're going to make me sit through this. Then you actually sit through it and you're like, oh my god. Like, wow.
Like, it is so bad.
Boy. And the thing is, it ends goading you to go to Jules' thing, because you're going to remember Jules if you know, you're introduced to Jules in Walmart. So the fashion show ends with them running into Jules and say, hey, come on over to the thing. So it's telling you, hey, go this way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying that I could not write a pettier Cloud and Aerith scene. Like,
oh my god.
Like, somebody in that writer's room's got a vendetta, man. I know I've said it before, but like, especially the way the Cloud and Aerith date ends is like so brutal. Like, they didn't even bother having Cloud be like, oh, don't worry about it, or maybe just ended on like a, you know, where he at least acknowledges her apology or something. He just lets her apology sit out there in empty air, and he says nothing. Like, god damn. Like, it could not be me, man.
Like,
I'm sorry.
Oh man,
I have standards, man. I cannot do that.
Nah, Mark, don't be mean. You know this is the romance of the century. You're just jealous because Cloud and Aerith were in the credit scenes together. So
okay.
So the fact that she had to apologize at the end of the date, I mean, that's meaningless because she sang him a love song.
Oh yeah, she sang him a love song that he went and held another woman's hand, you know, while she was singing. Okay.
Oh my god.
Girl, I cannot.
And again, look, if you just innocently ship Cloud and Aerith and you aren't being an absolute terror all over Twitter, or you're not trying to push this as like the canon romance over the actual two canon romances, I got no beef with you whatsoever. This ain't about you. Okay, as I like to say. This ain't for you. You know, a hit dog will holler. Don't holler. This ain't about you. But, whew, Yeah, the woof, you know. Yeah, this. I mean, I'm almost speechless. Honestly,
Oh, for real.
I really don't even know what to say. I mean, the scenes speak for themselves.
Really.
Whew. Well, Monk. I mean, yeah, that was it for the Costa del Sol days. Woo. I think we know if we're to give a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 on these. Again, you remember when I first started, I used to give like I used to give like 5 flowers or like 5 crescent moons or some shit.
Yeah, you had like some flower metric and then like metric. Yeah.
Oh Lord, I mean, I used to try to be generous as hell. I really did.
I remember.
Oh Lord, but this, oh my God, this would get. Cloud and Aerith would get. I'm trying to think
Negative
of one
flowers.
positive part of that day. I'm dead serious. I'm literally trying to think of one positive part of that day. Maybe the part where they talk about the rooftop thing is just like he's not being a total asshole. I mean, that's probably. Maybe I'll get at half a flower.
Like they get a couple of petals, a couple of measly petals.
You know, there's 6 petals on the flower. I might give them 4 petals for that one. You know, or 3 petals. Like hell, yeah, like three petals. I mean, oh Lord. Whereas Tifa's, just because you know, and it's not even trying to be, you know. Again, they're like, oh my God, like they're just sitting there talking about food, and it's far more romantic. Whew, let's say like 3.5 crescent moons.
And notice how Cloud doesn't mention that. Oh, this is just a job. One time with Tifa.
Not once.
Not one time.
That's a solid point, Mark. Making solid points.
Okay, it's just. I mean, the juxtaposition, the context is what kills Clerith every time. Every time, like the comparison, and it's the same thing with the gold saucer dates. You know, even like just walking to the gondola, and you know, it's just every single time where you have an example where the two of them, Cloud and Tifa and Cloud and Aerith, are having a scene that is similar in nature. Clerith dies every time. Every time. Look, pardon the pun, but it gets stabbed through the chest every time.
You know
It
you're
is.
going to hell.
No, I know. It's fine.
You're going straight to hell. Oh God, you ain't about to get me in trouble out here.
Look. Send all your hate mail towards me.
Yes, I do not. Again, I denounce and reject this. You're free to stick around if you like. I'm gonna go ahead and because I just want to talk about this water tower thing. It's only 3 minutes. It's far shorter than these things. So
yeah, I'll stick around for that.
Okay. You said I'll stay around for that. Okay. All right. Let me get this over here. Now, and you know they thought this was a. And I gotta be honest, when I first found out they had a set on the watch, I was like, what the fuck are these devs doing? I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what the hell is this? Oh, but then I saw it. I said, oh Lord, this is possibly the best thing. This is one of the best scenes in the game.
This water tower scene is the worst thing to happen to Clara since Aerith taking
Jesus.
chest. Look, man.
The worst thing to happen to Clara since Tifa. My God. Or that kiss or Gongago. I can name frankly this remake. I mean, whew. All right, so
I mean, this was diabolical on so many levels.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, people. For those who still left, I know it's the middle of the damn night. I apologize. It's almost 2:00 my time, but I got time for this one, baby. I got time. All right, let's go.
All right.
We're gonna let the scene play out. I'm gonna let it play until right before Cloud talks about Tifa's house. Okay, so let's go there first.
Gotta lend the med.
Question. This always been here?
Yeah.
It totally screams, climb me, doesn't it? So, let's give the poor thing what it wants and see the sign.
Now we're gonna stop before
Hey,
that.
don't just...
Pause. I lied. Pause. Pause. He doesn't say like, yeah, I had fond memories up here. Oh, this is, this is the best view in the city or in the town. I should say, this is the best view in the town. He doesn't say anything, like enticing about it. She says, was this always it? Yeah. That's his answer. Yeah. Short, like you said, short, curt. Okay. And she's like, well, it just, looks like it's just begging to be climbed. Let's go up. And he's like, hey, don't just what? Don't just invite yourself up on my water tower. That's the end of that sentence, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He was offended.
Yes, I was about to say that. He sounds offended. He's like, you're intruding.
Mm-hmm.
This is my spot.
Yeah. And it is called the Water Tower Memories for Cloud. As canon, as some people like to say. Okay. Thanks, Kevin. Kevin said, loving these streams. I've been playing OG recently. So excited for all the Cloudy Scenes in Part 3. Yes. Please play OG again. And I will be going through OG at some point again. Definitely going through OG on my stream again. Okay. Whew. But yes, let's go.
To look at this place, you'd never know.
Yeah.
So,
There it is.
your house.
Oh my lord. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
This is 3 minutes. It might take us an hour to get through this. There's too much to say. Okay. First off, Cloud. Now, just to explain, because this isn't all about. Okay. To explain, Cloud has just found out his hometown that was razed to the ground by Sephiroth has been rebuilt. It's like, right down. Every detail. He's looking around. He's like, man, like, if you didn't see what happened to Nibelheim, you would never know. You have to understand, Aerith is the outside view. Aerith is the outside perspective here. And, I'll say this. A lot of Cloudies thought that, they kind of missed the mark by not having Cloud and Tifa go through all this. And that was a big thing that Cloudies felt like it was a missed opportunity in OG. I think they're pushing it to part 3. You know what I mean? Like, because there's so much they're going to go over in part 3. This conversation is definitely going to come. We're going to go back to Nibelheim. Just know we're not. There's no way we're not. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're pushing it to part 3. But I think it's also interesting to show, Cloud having this moment, where like, this is haunting for him. But this is, whimsical and majestic almost to Aerith. Because, again, a sheltered girl, and she's finally getting to see the world. She's getting to see where 2 of her friends grew up. And so she's seeing this as like a happy moment, while Cloud is like, haunted by this. And it's interesting to see that juxtaposed here.
And again, it's also a moment where, again, they're kind of missing each other here, because and you can see. Well, I'll let the scene play out, but you'll see what I'm talking about in just a moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That one.
Aw, looks cozy.
I am so curious about this monk, because it feels like Genova triggered this on purpose. What do you? I'm sort of putting you on the spot, because honestly, I never really like it's crossed my mind, but I'm not sure.
To me, I don't think this is Genova. I think this is Cloud's memories kind of peeking through here, because he's having a PTSD attack is what's happening here. He's having, I call it, rather flippantly, I call it a nom flashback. He's looking at his home, and then it triggers that memory.
Yeah,
and
it's just a static confuses me. Yeah.
Yeah, and why he's getting the headache is because I think Genova is rushing in to suppress that memory. Because again, Genova doesn't want Cloud to have a lot of these memories, because Genova's trying to suppress Cloud's true self right now. Keep him in this mode of slowly becoming puppet Cloud.
Yeah.
So you can't keep him in the puppet stage if he starts remembering shit. So
exactly, because the more he remembers, and the more he goes through these memories, the chances of him remembering something real.
Exactly. And so, but yeah, Aerith pointing to his home. And again, this is what I was talking about just moments ago, where Aerith and Cloud are on two different planes here. As you said, Aerith is just viewing this as a fun little outing. Oh, I'm on the tower with Cloud. Oh, he's showing me his hometown. And Cloud's up here literally having nom flashbacks and having PTSD attacks. Because, again, his home was destroyed. Aerith doesn't have that connection. She heard the story about what happened in Nibelheim, but she doesn't have that same visceral reaction to it that Cloud does, because he lived it. It's his home. Aerith doesn't have that same connection, so to her, it's just like, oh, cute little town.
Yeah, it's just a quaint little adorable town, and I mean, it's a gorgeous view. You know what I'm saying? And what are you taking it as, a romantic thing, or just her interested in where her friends grew up? She's interested. Hey, which one is your house? She's asking questions. What are these buildings? She's thinking of it as a tour. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, he's reliving the worst day of his life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I think this is a moment too where, again, I'm gonna have to be the devil here.
Damn,
this
Cloudy.
is a moment where this is a moment where, like, I have a lot of criticisms for Aerith here, because she's sitting over here complaining about, oh, I never, like, again, we just left, you
are the worst.
we just left Cosmo Canyon. She sits up there, gives this big old grand speech about how she never had friends growing up, and yada yada yada. Oh, poor me. Then we come over here to Nibelheim. She's there with two of her best friends, supposedly. She's looking over there. She sees Cloud's having nom flashbacks and shit. And then she proceeds to make this entire situation about herself rather than about... I mean, she could really be like a real support to her two current friends right now. I mean, she wants to complain about the fact she didn't have friends growing up, but she's got friends now. And she's failing them in this scene. She could be a real support to both of them here, and she failed.
Well, and that's the thing, though. It's just like, it really. I want to be very clear. This is part of her character flaw. I mean, it's by no means intentional. She's not trying to hurt Cloud and Tifa, okay? But like,
no,
she's not taking into account, like, they are traumatized right now, She it kind of reminds me of an OG when Barrett had just got to reliving his trauma, but so she's trying to make everything like, well, we're gonna go have fun. Let's go have fun. And people were like, what the like, what in the world? That's kind of it touches a bit on that, because I think she's just thinking like, this is new to me, I'm interested, blah blah. But maybe part of her is also like, hey, well, let's have some fun. I know y'all are good, because she saw the look on their faces when they first entered Nibelheim. You know what I'm saying? But maybe she's thinking, oh, well, let's do something fun, and maybe it'll cheer him up. He's not getting cheered up with this.
No.
It's from a good place, but the road to hell, as they say. So. Yeah, and again, it's just another way. Whereas, so even for instance, if you juxtapose this to Tifa talking about Emilio, okay? She's talking about it now, yeah, part of it was test, blah, blah, but she catches on. Like, Cloud doesn't want to talk about this. So she says, well, you're not interested, are you? And what I love so much about that is he tells the truth. Like, no, I'm not interested in the topic, but I'm happy to listen to you. The truth. You want to talk about this, so even though I'm not interested in the topic, I'm interested in you. Again, like, wildly romantic. It's just insane, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. And then, yeah, so, you know, and he does continue on with this little tour guide, but, like, she recognizes, oh, I kind of fucked up. Okay, I pushed too far, you know. Oh, it's a cozy little place. Not like, but and Cloud said, like, that's not really my house. You know what I'm saying? My house was burned to the ground with my mother in it, which I told you about in chapter 1. But okay.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
No, don't worry about it. It's all new to you. That building right there is the inn, where I stayed 5 years ago.
And remember, he finally remembered Zach. Now, they don't really have an order in which this happens. You have to do both. You have to see him remembering Zach, and you have to remember, and you have to see him talking with Aerith. They don't, you can do, as far as I remember, you can do the order either way. Just as a note. Sorry, one more other note. Notice he actually puts his sword down here. If you go back to chapter 1, he does not put his sword down. Because in the real memory, he didn't have a sword. He had a gun.
Yeah, and what's funny is that the sword will clip through the bottom of the...
yes. And it doesn't register. That's the genius of it. It doesn't register with you immediately. Until you get to this part. And that's what people were called, like, wait a second, hold on. You know, like, hold on. Like, because you recognize, you know, you hear the clanging of the sword, you see him actually take it off his back and then sit down. You're like, wait a second, he didn't take off his sword in chapter 1. Very clever, very sleight of hand.
The general store. In that there?
Look at his eyes light up. My God. Come on.
Cloud.
Okay, before we get to this next part, let's just watch that again.
Hall.
Yeah, Tony said Aerith may be an ancient, but acts immature to Cloud. Yeah, even though they claim this is the mature one that Cloud needs.
Okay.
Well, I mean, her and Yuffie out there making goofy signs trying to flag down a ship, or to flag down Sid, and Tifa and Cloud like, I'm not doing that shit. But yeah,
there's no limit.
And by the way, I think that's also, like, you see these kids playing in the background. I think that's kind of, you know, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, oh yeah. So I wanted to, so Cloud's eyes light up. All right, okay.
His entire demeanor changes, like it shifts.
Yeah, because he's just kind of casual here, and then like the way he just slowly looks over at Tifa's house, and that there. I mean, the introduction, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the finale, like, and that there.
Tifa's house.
And then, okay, again, this is something created by people. Okay, this didn't fall out of the sky. They stop everything. Like if you're in this moment in real life, this makes no sense. That everything just pauses, and now you're just staring into a window for no reason. Because they didn't do that with all the other places. That's my house. There's the inn. There's this. There's that. Aerith recognizes in him this is something special. Okay, and then the game pauses and has you staring in the window with him. You know what I'm saying? Now, oh, is Tifa gonna show up? They're putting you in Cloud's position, what he used to do when he was a kid, waiting to see if he'd see Tifa. Now they've got all of us with bated breath. Will Tifa show up? It's very genius.
Mm-hmm.
He just turned into a schoolgirl over here on the shit. Like, it's like, hey,
Like, he literally reverts into a child here. Like, he scrunches in on himself.
got his hands
he
together,
bows
his
head,
legs
he's got his
together,
hands in his lap.
his head
looks all
slouched.
side shit, like, my
He
God,
slouched his
Cloud.
head there. He's like, oh my God, I can't even look. Like, they are adults, and he is still blushing. You're thinking about Tifa, is it? And the thing is, another thing is, Tifa's not surprised to see him outside her window either. Now remember, when you go to Tifa's scene, and maybe if we have time we can do that too, but you know, I'm in a mood. Okay, he does not. Yeah, like, she's not surprised to see him. She says, you know, you remember you always stare at me. You know, I don't think I've ever said this, but it's likely connected to this very scene, which is a canon scene, you know, as they say, non-optional route, okay? You just have to see this. So this happened, okay? And then if you go to see, she's like, you remember you always stare at me? What was that about? You know, and Cloud's like, whoa, you know, he nearly jumps out of his skin, like, oh my gosh, you caught me.
Well, and see, this ties again to Traces of Two Paths. Again, I'm going to harp on it again. Read that book, because all just connects to that book, because it shows that, yeah, there is moments where Tifa looks and she'll catch Cloud staring at her. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is all connected.
Yeah, she said he used to, you know, she catches gaze, but then he run off. But the day that he asked her to the water tower, it was unusual because he didn't turn and, you know, flee. Oh my God, he is too adorable.
And another thing too, the fact that they're drawing attention to this window here is very important too, because in OG, this window by itself shows up in the live stream scene. Like, this is like one of Cloud's core memories, is this damn window right here.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. All right. And so now Aerith's in there waving. Cloud has gone completely silent. He's over there all scrunched up like a little schoolgirl who saw her crush, okay?
And it's so noticeable Aerith picks up on it.
Huh?
Come on, you never came up here hoping she'd wave?
Now, Cloud normally does not open up to Aerith, okay? This is the one time he decides to open up. He is so obvious with his behavior. She's like, so this is where you kept lookout, right? You know, huh? And what's interesting is, like, he's like, huh? You know, and she's like, come on. Like, come on, buddy. This is obviously where you were waiting to see her, right? And so, the options are interesting, because no matter which one you choose, like, he's not, so with That's Not Funny, if you haven't seen all three, with That's Not Funny, he gets mad at her, like, basically like she's mocking him, as in, like, she's hit a nerve. Yeah, I used to come up here looking for Tifa. What are you trying to say? Like, you know, he's offended. With the what? No way. He's like, what?
He literally starts stuttering. He stutters.
And she's like, whatever, bitch. I know. Like, yeah, you answered that question. Which, again, like, this is Nojima saying, just because he says no doesn't make, you know, like with the girlfriend thing. It isn't like he's like, oh no, we're just friends. He says, no, oh, that's not it. You know, like, he's flustered, and she could tell he's flustered. She's like, oh, but she's someone special. This is story writing. Okay, like, she recognizes, yes, his mouth is saying no, but there's clearly more to this. Okay. And so right then when he says, what? No way. She's like, whatever. Okay. And then the most telling part is, the best answer is to admit, yeah, I did.
Probably. Sounds like something I'd do.
He admits to sitting on this water tower, gazing at Tifa, and after that, he locks eyes with Aerith, and they smile at each other. Like, this is him admitting, I've been in love with Tifa since a kid, and they're both smiling. Okay, like, if I thinking this boy is about to be with her. Woo! This would make me nervous as a mother. Okay. He admitted to her face, and this is after Gaga too. So it was already the door already swung open, like the cat's out of the bag as far as Cloud's concerned. You know, so like, well, hell, she already know, obviously.
Exactly. Well, and see this right here. This is so telling that the developers made it this way, where you are supposedly pursuing the Aerith date by picking that best option, right? And the developers made sure that you saw that Cloud admits to Aerith that he has feelings for Tifa. And the thing is, too, is that Aerith accepts this as, again, Cloud is actually finally being honest with her. That's why the relationship deepens, because Cloud is actually opening up to Aerith here. And it doesn't mean, the relationship deepened. That means that they're romantic now. It just means like their actual bond as friends has deepened, because now Cloud is actually willing to discuss his relationship with Tifa with her. That is an important step in their relationship.
Yes.
If you want them to be actual, genuine friends, then Cloud being honest about his feelings for Tifa is an important step.
Yes. And think about this. Here, Chapter 11, where she passed the seat next to her. This tie into her gondola ride, right?
Mm-hmm.
He opens up about his feelings with Tifa. The next chapter, she opens up about her feelings about him in relation to Zack. They're both they're like, in some ways, being honest with each other for the first time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, truly, because he's been lying about, no, I don't have a girlfriend. They lied about who he gave the flower to. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is him actually like, okay, yeah, obviously I have romantic feelings for Tifa. You know, like, okay, let me just admit it. And then in the next chapter, Aerith finally admits, what he already suspected, but now she's actually being open with him, being completely honest with him for the first time. Yeah. I was seeing Zack when I looked at you. Every time I looked at you, I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am trying to help you. I'm trying to find you. I realize that I recognize that this is a facade, and I care about you as a person. Even if I don't know the true you, I care about you, the person I've come to love as a friend. I want to help you get back to yourself, because you aren't Zack. That's why I said you're not Zack, and that's okay. It's not, you're not Zack, I'm over Zack, I don't want you to be Zack. It's, you aren't Zack, and I've got to let that go. I've got to let that idea of who I put on you go. I mean, that's Aerith, in some ways being his friend truly for the first time, in a way, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like even if it hurts her, because this hurts her too, and I think she also recognizes that. Ultimately, this is not healthy. You know what I mean? Like, it's cathartic for her to, in a way, have Zack back, but it's also harmful because he's watching. Cloud is in love with another woman. He's not in love with her, and she's never. At the end of the day, this starts to feel like what she's about to say. She's being taunted because she'll let herself get lost in the moment. But then reality comes slapping, comes flying back in. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why, again, I may never be vindicated about this, but I suspect I will. They're going to somehow say that this whole thing was distracting Aerith from her true purpose. Dangling, like, Cloud is like a Zack-shaped, stake dangled in front of Aerith, distracting her from what she should be focused on. You know what I'm saying? And it's wounding her emotionally. So now she's like, I've got to let go, and that's part of what's going on in the chapter 14 thing. She's like, I do like you, but like can mean a lot of different things. Like, I like the person I've come to know, but I'm not in love with you.
There's different kinds of like.
There's different kinds of like. You are not the one I want to spend my life with. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
If I was in your shoes, I would have been up here all the time.
And you know, she's kind of recognizing like yeah, she's trying to connect with him in that way. Like, yeah, I get why you came up here all the time. It's a beautiful view. What are you talking about? The mountains, or are you talking about Tifa? All right, and then this part is just 50 seconds, but we're gonna let this play through. This is so poignant. If you go back up to Aerith, this dialogue happens.
If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone.
Are you angry?
Mm-hmm.
At me?
Not at you. At everything. Must be nice to have a friend you've known since you were a kid. Someone you can say, remember the time when? To someone you can reminisce with. I don't have anyone like that, and it feels like I'm being taunted for it, which stings more than it should. That is why I want to be alone. Plus, I might take it out on you, and I don't want that.
I don't mind.
Well, I do, and it'd only make me feel worse. Thank you, though. Really. I'll be down in a bit. See you then.
Okay, I forgot that Monk can't even hear this. So, yeah, so,
Yeah,
you know, she says...
I know this dialogue by heart. So
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm about to say, because we love this thing. So, yeah, she's...
I have a love-hate relationship with this particular scene, because on one hand, it's very vindicating as a CloTi, this dialogue here, because again, this is Aerith herself acknowledging something that Clerith never will. That Cloud and Tifa do have a special bond that Aerith will never have with Cloud. And that she is indeed jealous of it. She sees it and she wants, you know, it's understandable. I mean, anyone would want what Cloud and Tifa have. It is a very special bond, and it would be easy to be envious of that bond, especially if you don't have something like that for yourself. But the reason why I have a love-hate relationship with this scene is because in the back of my mind, again, as I was talking about earlier, Cloud and Tifa are going through this hard time right now. They're experiencing trauma. Their hometown has been destroyed, and now it's been completely rebuilt and occupied by totally different people. And they're struggling with all these traumatic memories and stuff. And this would be a really excellent moment for Aerith to be a support system for both of them, you know, just to be there for them. And instead, she's sitting up on top of their water tower, kicking her feet, basically throwing a temper tantrum because, oh, I don't have a bond like Cloud and Tifa have. Well, yeah, it doesn't sit right with me, because it's like, you call yourself their friend, so be their friend right now. You know, I mean, instead of, you know, whining about things in the past, you have friends now. You have friends that need you now to be that support for them. So instead of feeling sorry for yourself, be that friend, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have kind of it's twofold. On one hand, again, I love it because it is very vindicating as a CloTi, this dialogue. But at the same time, it also kind of irritates me because I feel like Aerith is fumbling a massive moment where she could be a genuine help to Cloud and Tifa. Yeah. And she just doesn't.
And again, this goes back to, they're showing this character flaw in her, you know? And yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, it's hard to, you know, it's hard to defend this when you just know when you know this the first time being home since it was burned to the ground. They were expected to find a pile of rubble, you know. Said they find it was completely rebuilt, and it was like the worst day that happened to them never happened. So it's a traumatizing experience. And it's just so interesting because this is part of Aerith's route to get to, like, you. First off, this is a mandatory scene too. Like to get her gold saucer date. Yeah, this is part of the dialogue where you have to get the answer correct. And the best answer is to admit to Aerith he's been in love with Tifa since they were kids. And while they're sitting up with this like she said, you know, it's so interesting because she knows that Cloud used to sit up there by himself looking at this view and looking at Tifa. And she says, if I were you, I'd have sat up here all the time. And what does she want to do? She wants to be left alone up there with her thoughts. She doesn't want Cloud there. She's in his hometown and she doesn't feel closer to him. She feels further from him than ever. She sees what he has and she is envious, and it makes her angry. Like, what's so interesting about that is because Claire's have always said they have this, they both connect because they share this bond of being ostracized when they were kids, blah, blah, blah. Which is true. They both were ostracized in one manner or another as kids. But Aerith is sitting on that water tower with Cloud, and she does not feel close to him in that moment in terms of like she doesn't feel like that's a shared connection they have. She sees him as the lucky one. You know what I mean? This is all damn commentary.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've made that exact same point that this actually destroys a very old Claire talking point that Cloud and Aerith could bond over the fact that they had lonely childhoods or yada yada yada. But apparently, Aerith does not share that view. She does not, as you said, she does not feel close to Cloud and doesn't feel like she can share this feeling with Cloud. If anything, it's a dividing line between them. Like, she's literally pushing him away. She's like, no, I want to be left alone.
Mm-hmm. Like their bond is deepened because he's being truthful with her and she appreciates the honesty, thus the smile. He's opening up to her, but at the same time, what he's saying is crushing her heart. Like at the same time, it's just like
it's a double-edged sword. Like she wants him to be honest with her, but what she wasn't she wasn't expecting what that honesty would entail. That honesty,
what it would make her feel like.
Yeah, exactly. What that honesty means is he's in love with Tifa, not you.
And meanwhile, you have, we were talking to Costa del Sol days. She was like, even if it's a lie, just say, I want to spend more time with you. Okay. Meanwhile, Tifa doesn't have to get him to gold him to do anything, or, it's just like, yeah, I came up here looking for her. Tifa's not trying. You know what I'm saying? She just exists, and she gets everything that Aerith wants out of this man.
It's like that song says, you can't always get what you want.
Well, and there's also another saying, sometimes the worst things in life is, sometimes the best thing in life is getting what you want. Sometimes the worst thing in life is getting what you want. She wanted Cloud to be open and honest with her. Faffo.
She wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
be careful what you wish for.
Faffo. I mean, I don't know what to say. and so, yeah, and then also kind of negates this whole idea, like, if Aerith and Cloud had, grown up in Nibelheim together, they would have been the best of friends, blah, 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 blah. Cloud's actually uncharacteristically being the one that's open with her and trying to be closer to her in that moment. And she's pushing him away. There's so much to the scene. I was like, what makes you think they're automatically just going to be friends? Like, I don't understand.
I mean, as it turns, usually the loner types are loner types for a reason. It's not. That's not
including Aerith. Aerith spends her time in a church alone most days.
Exactly.
She's a loner type.
And here's the thing: is that Cloud is. And again, this is a large fault with the faulty translation of the OG. But if you look at the original Japanese dialogue for the OG live stream scene, it talks about how Cloud was the one who he would be invited over to play and he would refuse. It's like sometimes a character is a loner type character because they are the ones pushing people away,
and that's what
not necessarily because. And you're watching it in live time, and if you have follow along Aerith's childhood and stuff, there are moments where the neighborhood kids wanted to include her in play, And she would be the one to put that distance there for whatever various reasons. She would be the one to distance herself from the other neighborhood kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of that is on Aerith for why she was a bit of a loner. It's some of her own behavior that caused that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that is a very, very, I mean, it is one of the most damning. Again, you can put them in a romantic setting, in a pretty setting, and a this and that. You can put them on the water tower, the sacred water tower, and it's a Cloudy scene. Why? Because Cloud is in love with Tifa. It doesn't matter who's up there with him. He's thinking of Tifa.
Exactly.
And they try to dismiss it as, oh, well, it's just showing that how lonely he really was as a kid and blah, blah, blah. That ain't what people are taking from it.
No, and that's not what Aerith took from it.
That is it. Aerith is sitting up there with them, and there's also a romantic moment, and if you walk back up to her, she's like, get the fuck up out of here, okay? Go play with your friend Tifa. Leave me alone,
Exactly.
Oh, man. Yeah, so that's a barn burner right there. I mean, and this is one chapter before the Gold Saucer Day. One chapter. Okay. And then you can go if you want. Trust me, I'm not letting. But this is the last thing I'm doing. I want to just go through Tifa's bedroom thing. Most of it doesn't even need commentary on. So, but I actually want to talk about Tifa herself for a minute here. Because it's a great Tifa scene in general. And then we'll talk about the little thing, but it's only two things I want to talk about. And we'll talk about a little thing about
You certainly don't look ill.
Cloud staring at her. But this is not a love interest scene. This is not a side character scene. This is a protagonist scene right here. I honestly, like, it is a shame that you can miss this, but though I doubt most people did, because the first thing people gonna do is try to go up to Tifa's bedroom just based on chapter 1 purely alone, or just the fact that Tifa is there. People are going to go look for Tifa, so I highly doubt too many people missed this. Outside of people just hate Tifa, but it's a great scene.
I never understood it. Why'd my dad go into the reactor? Why chase Sephiroth? Thought about it ever since waking up in Corel. It just seemed like such a bad idea. I mean, what did he think he was gonna do? Fight a famous war hero and win? Well, he didn't. But after moving to Midgar, after making a life for myself, I finally realized where my dad was coming from. He was angry. And he'd had enough. Everything he'd worked so hard for had been destroyed in an instant. All that he'd built for himself, for us, gone. Sephiroth had burned it to the ground. That's why he went, even though he had to have known how it'd end.
I see.
And like him, I took my pain, my grief, everything I was feeling. I took it all and turned it into anger. Anger that led me to Avalanche. The problem is, anger doesn't last. So when Avalanche started to become more violent, there wasn't enough left to hold back the fear and the doubt. It was taking a toll. Then you turned up.
Like it was fate.
Have I helped you get through it at all?
Yeah, you have. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have had the courage to come back here. A lot's happened, but now that we're here, I know this was the right decision. Because now I know they rebuilt everything, tried to sweep what they did under the rug and pretend it never even happened. But I won't let them. I can't. Sephiroth and his cruelty. Shinra and their lies. I'm sick of all of it.
That is a great freaking scene.
Yes, it is. It's so good.
Yeah, in fact, I don't even really want to get into it because that deserves a conversation in and of itself. I'm too tired, but I do want to. Oh, dang! No! I thought they showed when he Nah, dang. Oh, never mind. We'll have to do that another time. We'll go through that one because that deserves a whole conversation right there. Maybe Whew. All right, girl. Well, this is damn near 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. But
Yeah.
this has been fun. I appreciate the people who are still here. Almost 20 people still here. I'm amazed.
Goodness.
But yes, thank you so much, everyone. Again, I will be going to the Seventh Heaven experience early November. If you'd like to help contribute, and like I said, I'll be doing I'll be getting merch and doing merch reviews and stuff like that. I'll take videos and all that have a stream on it when I get back. If you'd like to contribute, you can leave a tip on my Cash App. It's $StygianSis, okay? Thank you to TifaTheMonk for joining me. Had a blast. Claudia's Cannon. Claudia's Cannon.
Claudia's Cannon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.